What is going on, everybody? It is time for the Spin Open 2022. What is this? Summer Elite Bracket.
I can definitely tell it's summer up here.
Yeah, honestly. And we have some really crazy matches today, I think. From between some longtime veterans of the game to some new really, really sharp up-and-comers. We have a lot of top players that I think are going to be playing some really crazy charts today.
Yep. And we are starting with, I believe we are starting with TreXDer versus The Way.
That is right.
The Way's VR. Okay, we are starting with snaphap versus Konomi first.
Yeah, there was a time issue between some of the players, so yeah, this is an uphill battle for Konomi. Snap is consistent in tournament and just in the leaderboards on so many charts.
Yeah, it would be a surprise if Snap doesn't make it to at least win his semifinals. He definitely has some other top players to compete with, but he has been consistently one or two contenders for the best.
Konomi is no slouch on higher level charts as well, so it's still exciting to see what they're going to be able to pull off here. And yeah, I guess overall we still Mapy versus Ricki. That has to be a match we've seen several times in the past. Mapy kind of, I think, taking a hiatus for a while, but really coming back to the game. Very strong as always. But yeah, let's get
we're starting on the ban phase.
Rolls.
Alright, I'm no longer rooting for Snap. He just banned my chart first. Anyway.
Okay, so we got immediate commentator bias here. And they're getting right at it. They're just banning left and right here. As usual, we see a lot of programmatic charts showing up in the pool that programmatic is commentating. And we got the bets going on in the chat. We got some high stakes here. 11 Speen coins versus 10. It's getting crazy. And it looks like the players have settled on Violent Purple, charted by Programmatic and PickPig. So immediately we are starting off in the 50s range. In fact, Violent Purple being the lowest rated chart in the pool here at a 55. So this bracket, I think, is gonna prove to be a test of stamina for all of these guys as they just grind through these high level charts for the whole tournament.
I'm starting one of the easiest charts in Tier 3.
So we'll begin the round in 3, 2, 1, go.
Work just started.
We got a work counter for Konomi here. Snaphap holding on to a very clean PFC. And Konomi just dropping the full combo as soon as I start observing. Classic commentator move. I see we have Ballin Bino in the commentator chat. I don't know if we can hear him on stream. But Ballin is here.
Okay.
Yeah, these guys are dropping combo as soon as I start talking. But Snap still just kind of playing disgustingly well. Holding on to the PFC. First match of the day. Yeah, Konomi, I mean, playing really well, only picking up a couple of missed times. Unfortunately, against Snap's just like perfect level of play here is gonna cost him all the difference. Snap leading by looks to be about like 1,500 points. Snap does end up dropping to superb full combo. Not too much of a difference. I guess that only costs about 16 points or so if he only got one missed time.
Yeah. Well, it'll be 16 if you had 2.
Okay. Ooh, Snap does drop full combo, but I mean that's
It's
It
already a
doesn't.
pretty big
Yeah, it
gap.
doesn't really matter, and it's right here at the end too. So it's kind of just like more sad for Snap dropping the FC than it is point wise, as he still takes it by about 1,500. Yeah, I mean both players getting the same rank, but with some key differences. Yeah, Snap's accuracy here is just disgusting. Only getting about like 1/20th or a little bit less. The perfects versus perfect pluses, which doesn't really mean anything. Like they're worth the same amount of points, but it shows that it's much less likely, I think, that Snap is gonna pick up mistimes like superbs.
Alright, so we'll start the match in 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright. Red line, probably the most unusual chart in this pool, though I wouldn't call it one of the harder ones. It's a chart that's brutal the first time you play it, and then just gets a lot easier every time you play it again. So how well the players perform definitely depends. A pretty big deal on how much they practiced it.
Yeah, there are definitely
I would
some
imagine
charts that
Snap's played this more than Konomi has, though. So
there are definitely some charts that I'm only good at because I just grinded the hell out of it. So. Konomi picking up a miss. I just barely did not see it, unfortunately. Snap, of course, holding on to PFC pace for now. We'll see if he can really pull it off here. Oh, Konomi does pick up another miss here. Snap picking up a great, though. Dropping a full combo. Not going to cost a lot of points, but showing a little sign of weakness. Those drifting, like, spin tap patterns are so cool, where the tap just drifts to the other side in between the spins. Fortunately for Konomi, it does look like Snap is quite a bit ahead. At about 2,000 points. Konomi, I think only picking up just a couple of misses there, but the accuracy is just...
I don't think he's focusing very hard. If he's on a deadline and playing against Snap, I don't think he's really pressured to
it's
focus
hard
super
to
hard.
Yeah, it's hard to fight that mental battle. Knowing that you're just going up against one of like the most cracked, most accurate players in the game. It's at that point you just want to play and just like have the best time that you can,
Right, so
at
we'll
least,
start the map in 3, 2,
rather
1,
than
go.
rather than, I don't know. Wait, what is Snap doing with the sliders? Yeah, it looks like it looks like Snap is doing some strange technique where he's like not properly. He's just like not moving during the sliders. He's abusing the slider mechanics in some way. Like that. I swore there was.
Yeah.
What?
You can do that if you want. Flyers are pretty lenient. I mean, those sliders aren't a hard part of the chart in the first place, but it's still funny.
Yeah, it's like as somebody who's used to the leniency of the old sliders, which like wasn't that hard to break them, or I mean it wasn't. They weren't.
And
that hard
ideally,
to
it shouldn't be
break them,
any harder to break them. It's just should be less punishing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you
definitely
just-
look more lenient than they should be. Honestly, it does take a special kind of skill to play the chart wrong without throwing yourself off, so...
Yeah, you have to like think about those instead of just trying to play them. You have to think like, oh, I can just sit here through these. Konomi getting a new high score. Snap not getting a new high score. Only one miss and no miss times there. One miss off of a PFC.
Alright, GG's. Alright, I'm gonna get
And that'll be the set. 3-0 for snaphap. I mean, just... And still just like barely adjusts accuracy. Just getting that timing just perfect. That's true, yeah.
Alright, so are we heading into the Trex Waynet for real this time?
Yeah, I am wondering how the bracket's gonna play out now that we had that kind of time fill-in set.
It does appear like we are having this match now, so Trex is the way. Trex definitely an expected top 2 player. Most likely expected to face Snap in winners, but for the first time in a long time, if not ever, we're seeing Wei in SSSO. Usually just organizing the tournaments, now he's playing in one. So, and he has been, he doesn't play the game super often, at least from what I've seen, but when he does, he performs really well, so.
Yeah, he's really, really solid, so. I'm just excited to see Wei play in the tournament. After, like, just putting in so much work behind the scenes and everything. So I hope he's having a good time. That's my main thing. I hope he's not stressing too much. TreXDer very familiar with tournaments in this game. So it's gonna be hard, but I think we could see the way take a game or two. I don't think that's out of the question. But I also think I think that a lot of it's gonna depend on the songs that we get in the pool. Again, getting at least 2 programmatic charts in the map pool with programmatic commentating. Yeah, I think Prague is the only one who probably knows how to pronounce this chart.
I always said Ko, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, that was the interpretations of the translation, I guess. Somebody bet 10, and I was like, I can fill this to an appropriate number. And as much as I don't want to ruin the bets, they are open, and you all can get your bets in here.
Alright, we are set up, so we'll start the map in 3, 2, 1, go.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Having a little bit of a hard time reading the text on the bottom of TreXDer's screen. Oh, please. It says, please curse the person on the right. That's, well. Took me a while, but... And even though it is now much harder to maintain, we do see both players still on PFC pace. And the way gets a missed time, unfortunately, going to the drop. That was a strange amount of distance. It was like right on the verge of being outside of the curse timing, I think. But I would probably still count that as a curse. Picking up a couple of missed times there. Against TreXDer, who still has the perfect full combo. Yeah. And while they're still not too far apart, TreXDer is going to have to make some sort of mistake outside of just a couple missed times, I think. Yeah, both players just hitting that build up pretty much perfectly, I think. See, now the thing about TreXDer's stress level counter is I'm sure he has varying levels of stress throughout the chart, but he can't update that. So what's that supposed to like, gotta do something about that. Has to update during while he's playing. Yeah, I guess you could just convert like a heart rate monitor instead of showing like the pulse or whatever. You could just show you could like convert it to a 1 to 10 scale. So then instead of being more useful, it would just be an arbitrary number. Yeah, both of them just really killing it there on the end of that chart, but also this might be a PFC here from TreXDer unless he makes some silly mistake here. He doesn't make a silly mistake. We do get the PFC from TreXDer here. And a new best, too.
Alright, so Trex will take that map. So away, you can choose the next map.
Yeah. But I mean, the way with only a couple of misses there, not too far behind. All the way needs is just like a really good, clean, full combo and TreXDer to make just a couple slip-ups, but this is TreXDer we're talking about, so...
Let me know when you're both ready. Alright, so spread the map in 3, 2, 1.
Sorry, I haven't had much to say.
1.
And right off the bat, we do see, for now, a lead out of the way.
Most likely a brief one, but it's only a lead by eight points. And no longer
Yeah,
a lead.
it's now probably a tie. Oh, getting a couple of skips on the Waze side. Looks like he still does have that superb full combo. Oh, TreXDer does pick up a miss there.
Drops an entire slider. He didn't. I don't think he. I think he didn't
Yeah,
even click for it.
Yeah, it looked like it was dropped and never picked up again, so... And that might be part of that veteran player habit of just like, when you drop a note, you just know you can't do anything about it, but now it's not
I
the
mean,
case.
it's also short enough that you might just not react to something like that happening.
Exactly. Yeah, I guess since he is playing CTM, it would have just been a misalignment as opposed to not or maybe releasing. But yeah, TreXDer does pick up another miss, and despite the way having a couple of miss times, still holding on to the full combo. So
Yeah, we got a bit of a desync, so any
yeah,
poor lead you see now is not real. Wait,
it
technically
looks
has
like it's
more points to
about.
gain from this point onward.
Yeah, TreXDer is ahead a couple of seconds in the song, sync wise. So
But if Wei does win this round, we can expect Stress's or Trex's stress level to go up a notch or two.
yeah, this is true. It's surprising not to have seen it changed at all between the first match and this one. Still at a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, it's like Wei is taking this one. I think it's actually pretty close.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Just a few minor misses from Trex, or at least the second chunk of misses was pretty minor. The 1st was a bit of a deep cut, but not too much.
Alright, we will take that map. So Trex, it's your turn to choose a map.
Yo! I took a map! Let's go!
Alright, Konomi.
Oh, you switched it to Discord? Oh, okay.
Let's go. So I believe now Twitch can finally, hopefully, hear Ballin.
Okay. Because I saw it in chat, Dom was all like, wait, who is Wolf talking to?
I can die happy. I'm fine with
Did Wade do a soundboard funny? I think I heard something, but I couldn't tell what it was.
I heard Way say, "I can die happy now." I guess knowing that he took a good tournament point off of TreXDer. However, I would not count the Way out of this yet. I think he's
Oh,
selling
there it
himself
goes.
short.
Stress level has reached 6 out of 10.
Alright, so let's
Nice.
take a map.
We do see the adjustment.
1, go.
Are you ready? 2, 1.
Does Wei win if he gets Trex's stress level to overflow? Does Trex cease to function if it reaches its limit?
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be like a new reason for winning, I guess. Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, early superb from Trex.
Oh no, right off the bat we do see the Way's dream falling behind here a little bit. Something I've always thought about, like getting really early mistimes in songs though, is it's like then you almost lose that stress of maintaining the PFC or even an SFC or whichever. So it's like sometimes I think in this case maybe for TreXDer dropping the PFC early on is kind of a relief of stress maintaining the PFC, and now he can just play and be very accurate as we've seen.
I wonder if SFC would be still considered sub 10 in retrospect to the old timing or scoring system.
Yeah, there's no direct correlation.
Oh, okay.
What's the worst in that sense? What's the worst, like, I guess it would just be the timing. What's the timing window for the SFC?
Yeah.
30, 35. Yeah.
I guess my question was kind of not direct. I guess either Prague or Gavi know the timing windows a little better than I remember.
So true releases could take you above 35.
Yeah, when the timing windows were shifted, the range for perfects was made tighter on all the tap and beat notes and such. But I remember Prague told me before that the release timing was actually made a lot more lenient, which I think makes a little bit of sense because people did have trouble timing releases. But personally, I felt it was just something that took me longer to get used to than normal. So I tried not to rush to like, oh man, these releases are so hard. I was just like, man, I need to get better at these, at timing my releases.
Yeah. SOC from Trex.
Yeah, just
One.
just that
Superb,
first
yeah.
superb.
Oh, only one
Four
from way
misses.
too, but he
Only-
also got
oh,
multiple
man.
misses in that one chunk.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see like how costly just that couple of mistakes is at this level of play. Like, there's still just amazing runs from both players, but it's like that one little slip up.
It was very close though. So it's your turn to choose a
I think they even had very similar like ratios of perfect plus to perfect.
Texas pace?
There's -1 PFC. Well, you both have -1 PFC.
And again, that doesn't really say anything point-wise, but it does kind of,
Pretty major
I think having a much higher perfect plus ratio indicates that it's going to be a lot less likely to see superbs.
Wow. All right. Yeah, that was just literally the miss. That could have been a tie.
Yeah.
I've run out of charts to pick. So
Uh-oh. Ways out of charts. You try to go for the Mobius sweep?
On two consecutive spins, I think.
Yeah, sometimes you really just have to you hope for the best best maps that you know.
We have yet to have we seen any of the like super brutal 2-3 charts yet? I don't think we have.
Not yet.
Or maybe we've seen stronger once in qualifiers. I can't remember.
I don't know what to pick here.
But like,
Yeah, in qualifiers we've gone up to all the charts up to rated 68. It looks like there was kind of a gap in it, so now in challengers we saw that range from 48 to 53 rated charts that we didn't see in qualifiers, and now we're gonna see just the highest level ones that we have here, from rated from 69 to 75. Nice.
All right, we'll start the map in 3, 2.
Looks like a sight read for
1,
Trex.
go.
not necessarily, but and this is one of the easier charts in tier 3. It has one particularly hard section in it, though, I'd say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was gonna adjust. Thanks for pointing that out. The Trex levels, stress level did in fact go down there.
Trex level. I accidentally said stresses, and then caught myself earlier. So
Yeah.
stresses, Trex level.
The Trex level.
Yeah, Reds. Shoutouts to Trex's hamsters. Back when Trex's computer was just struggling to keep up.
Trex now has a beast of a computer.
Trex drops a beat hold for a little bit. Don't know if it costs more than the mistiming his ways gotten so far though.
Yeah, they're both playing so clean. Just watching, like, trying to keep up with both sides, I really haven't noticed any mistimes out of either of them. I know they're both on full combo and not PFC or superb, but like the mistimes are far apart and very few. I did see it just a couple
It's the hard part
mistimes
right
from the
here.
way
That rhythm right there. Okay, they both nail it.
Oh, but TreXDer getting a
Oh,
probably much more costly miss there. It looked like on a match string. So we'll see how
honestly,
that
I
adds
think
up.
against match strings have been kind of the bane of Trekker's existence lately, given what was happening when he was grinding the Hell Raiders PFC.
Yeah,
There was
as
there
charts
was
get
just
faster,
one dense match string that TreXDer struggled to hit over and over again.
as charts get faster, the match strings just keep getting more dense and just so much more complicated. But we'll see. The way could easily make it to turn this into a tiebreaker here. It's just gonna. I think it's gonna come down to just down to accuracy here. As long as
The
both
chart's
players can
mostly
keep up
smooth
their
sailing
combos.
from this point on too. It's a
Mhm.
relatively easy outro.
Oh, the way does pick up a miss there. It didn't. It looked like just one note out of.
Oh,
Oh,
there's another.
Another one.
That might have
Dang.
undone his lead.
Oh no.
Oh wow, that was close
Dang.
though.
Yeah.
Oh
289,
no.
124. Yeah, less
Then
than they're about 160 point difference.
yeah.
It was a lag spike at the end, the way says in the chat. So I don't know if that we're just gonna call it there. Or,
I did have a lag
Yeah,
spike,
he
that's what I
is
I don't
allowed
know,
to
maybe
call the
it's-
lag spike if he wants, but
Yeah, it was picked
it
up.
looks like
maybe
he's
it's just
not
me
gonna
because
be fine.
I think this set is so exciting so far. Like
Let's do it.
I know TreXDer is just seated to
Replay the map.
make it to grands like easily, but I had a feeling the way could put up a really good fight.
You'll have another chance at it.
Right?
All right, let's go. The set's not over yet. I just want to see more games between these guys, really.
Alright, so we'll start the map in 3, 2, 1, go.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
So let's see. We're gonna see here if these players can fix those couple of slip-ups here. Unfortunately for Wei, that doesn't leave a lot of room for error going into this, as TreXDer has. Well, I guess they both have their set scores so far, but the Wei will have to beat TreXDer's previous score this time around. Trex getting the potential to improve even to a PFC. These are some very nice beat patterns on these sections. I like these. The smooth alternating between the hard beat release and the softer with the taps at the end. Oh no, we do see the mistake out of the way here. So while it might not cost the entire song, we're gonna need to see some pretty much flawless play to be able to combat the score. But still, just look at these guys. They're playing so well. Like,
The precision.
it's just amazing to see these guys come out here and just give us this top level of performance. Like, and you get that smooth Camellia break before the chaos. Oh, does TreXDer have the I don't know why it took me like the entire set to notice, but does TreXDer have the like chroma keyboard thing, or is that just a custom effect, like a wave pattern when he touches the keyboard?
It doesn't. Yeah, that's responding to the game. It looks like.
Yeah, because it was going back and forth during
Yeah.
the like match or hold sections or whichever. That's pretty crazy.
Oh. Trex picking up a superb.
Yeah, Trex dropping that chance to get the perfect full combo, but I mean, this time it's like if Wei beats TreXDer's previous score and then TreXDer beats the Wei score this time, then it's like still the game for TreXDer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if there's nothing to do about that.
Oh yeah.
Next to the second time. And PBs on his second attempt too, with only one missed time.
Yeah, only one superb. On charts like these though, with that like just slight point difference, it's still just amazing how close these guys really are. But yeah, TreXDer gonna take that off of the rematch and take the set 3-1.
GG's.
I knew we couldn't count the Way out. I had a feeling. I was like, the Way is gonna do something. It's not gonna be a sweep.
Alright. Feels good, man. GG's. Good luck in your matches. GG's. Have a good one.
Next up, we're gonna have Mapy versus Ricki. Two players that have been around for quite a while.
I would say this is the closest round one matchup we have in the elite bracket. Like, yeah, two of the best players. I've seen more of Ricki lately, but I've also seen that Mapy has pretty much fully de-rested at this point. I know he's taken a few hiatuses in the past, but I think he's at the top of his game now.
Is Mapy still one of the fastest scroll speed players, or is it more in line with a lot of the other players? Still at a.
I believe he still does play on a very high skill speed, if not 60. Like, I wouldn't be too surprised.
I think when we had the funny MS timing, I think Mapy was getting, there were charts that Mapy was getting better timings on with the audio muted, as opposed to just like reading the notes.
The most visual of visual plays.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of think Ricky's on the opposite end of that, playing at a lower scroll speed, and I think just
yeah,
like
I think Ricky's a little bit more consistent than Mapy is, but I think Mapy has the advantage in technical ability, which tier 3 isn't really the tier where technical ability is the primary or as big of a factor as it will be in tier 4, but
I agree. I think this isn't out of Ricky's range at all.
yeah, like I mean so far, like the tier 3 charts have been kind of easy for most of these elite players, so
Yeah, for sure. We got so many good songs. I was gonna say we got so many good songs in tier 3, but we really had just had so many good songs throughout the whole thing. Really great set list and really great charts from everybody.
And there's Ricki.
All right, Ricki does get the 80 in the roll. Mapy getting a 54.
okay, we got speaking of the brutally hard charts, we got 2 of them in this pool. Right at the bottom there. We're all gonna die in your voice, so I think we might have seen your voice so played at one point, but we definitely haven't seen We're All Gonna Die yet, and I do hope it gets played at some point because there's some very interesting stuff in there that I'm curious to see how the top players perform on those kinds of patterns.
Another great reason to hope for Game 5s is just getting to see all of these awesome charts. Hate to see charts get left out. Personally, I like seeing the variety of it. But I mean, even amongst the top charts, there's always just the potential for some really quality charts that end up being favorites among a lot of players. Also a very rare occurrence of no prog charts in the pool.
I mean, this is the only tier that has my charts in it anyway, so
Oh really? Okay. This is starting to make more sense now then.
like the fact that we've seen both of my charts in the pool for multiple matches in a row, I think just implies that they're not going to show up this time. Just
That is
mathematically.
true, yeah. Got some very good points there.
We're gonna see another labyrinth. Play.
Labyrinth.
Labby,
That's
right?
what I love to hear.
Labyrinth.
TreXDer saying that SSSOs are like esports now because it's exhausting, and I kind of thought that that the amount of these like high difficulty charts would start to get to some of these players. I mean, in Trex's case, it's probably not enough to get to him that it's gonna make a huge difference, but this is a lot to process, I think. Especially for the players that just keep fighting their way through the bracket, are gonna just have to keep tearing through these hard charts. Alright, it looks like we are ready to go here. Both players. Not. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Is the proper
Something.
setup? Should be EU. EU2? Oof. Alright. Well, see you.
We are trying to get both players connected to the proper region here.
Yeah.
How's it going? How's everybody in the chat? How's chat doing? What's going on? Fallen is in the chat and commentary and Morbid.
I sure am Morby.
We got Retro in the chat being in awe at the last match. I know. I just want to, even like me, I'm just amazed when I see people play that well on 60s and 70s. And now we have top players just trying to break into charts like considered 80s and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. I think I've passed a 70 or two, and that's about it for me. Mediocre Pixels has pizza. That's what I'm thinking about. Thinking about
Pizza
lunch.
time.
Oh, Mapy was on US East. Whoa. Hopefully this here is the solution. Yeah, I think the servers were set to US East for qualifiers. We got the jams again. Nope. Oh no. Yeah, this is a bit of a predicament. We do have Mapy's stream going here, so I think we're making some. I think we're making some progress. Like we're good.
All right, we got
somewhere.
one. Then we get two.
One stream is better than no stream, for sure. But I mean, we gotta get them both. Ain't just gonna. We're not just giving up here. I say as I do nothing technically wise to be able to assist. I just hope chat's having a good time. Let's go. All right. We got both streams going here.
Nice.
Alright, so we are ready to go now. So we'll start the map in 3, 2, 1, go.
And we are going. Playing Labyrinth for the third time in a row. New plays this time, though.
Was this the one? This was the one that Way and Trex had a rematch on.
Yep.
So yeah, there we go. I hope you guys really enjoy this song. And I mean, personally, I think this song's pretty good.
I really like this part. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I remember now listening through this album. I was like, yeah, this is one of my favorites for sure.
The UFO charts have been, from just various charters, have been pretty consistently good.
Is that what the oh shoot was, Gabby? I was like, something seems different. Oh,
I don't think this is quite 60 on Mapy's end, but it is definitely faster than Ricki's.
Yeah, I was like making the comparison in my head. I was like, yeah, there's definitely a visual, like a notable difference here. Being able to compare both sides.
Mapy is definitely playing on 50. But what? 50?
Now is probably the best time for me to point out that Mapy's on PFC pace before anything really difficult comes in that could be considered a curse. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Nice.
Getting fairly close to that one particularly hard build-up, but it hasn't given anyone trouble so far, so...
I mean, both these guys playing extremely clean though. Just very, very high ratio of perfects. And we
And they
did get
both
just
nail
a
it
couple
second.
missed times out of Ricki, but Mapy still maintaining the PFC this far through the song.
Oh,
Mapy
no.
does slip up on that match pattern. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think it's likely that
Ricki's accuracy, but it hasn't been bad at all either. So
yeah, I've only seen just like
from what I can
2
tell, pretty
missed times
close.
out of Ricki. I was thinking that could easily be a paper cut graph for Mapy there. but I did see just one superb as well. Still, these guys are just killing it on this chart. Like, this is very comparable to the plays that we've seen out of TreXDer in the way last set. Yeah, and it looks like Ricki's misses were a bit more costly here.
Or a bit more numerous too. I didn't realize he missed 3 times over the course of the chart.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it must have just passed me by at the beginning. I don't know how I missed those 3 separate ones, but I think I was more just like Mapy's gonna drop PFC eventually, right?
Right, Mapy.
But then towards the end I was just like, oh okay, I wanna see
It's
it.
your turn to choose a map.
And then it dropped. Still only about a 400 point difference. So we will see what Ricki decides to counterpick here. Ricki going line.
It's also really fun.
Let me know when you're both ready.
I think overall tier 3 probably has the most fun charts in the whole pool. Like when I look through the pool and try and figure out which ones are my favorites, it includes like half of the charts in this tier.
Yeah, I think these charts would be most of like a good learning challenge for me.
All right, so we'll start the map in 3, 2.
Because I mean, I used to be a little bit cleaner on the 50s and 60s charts where I could S rank a lot of them, but I kind of have to relearn this range, I think, again.
That be Rush's stack at the very start of the chart.
And we'll see if that kind of has that effect I was talking about earlier, where maybe getting a mistime right at the beginning takes a lot of those accuracy nerves of maintaining a PFC and just like gets rid of them.
I mean, they're nerves that you shouldn't have because you don't lose 10% of your entire score the moment you miss one.
It's true, like even screwing it up isn't
big of a deal than it
costly.
used to be.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, and Ricki does drop PFC there with that miss, unfortunately.
I hope.
Yeah, but I mean, recently I've seen nothing but perfect out of these guys.
Is this the one with the false ending, right? I hope they remember the false ending.
I forgot about the false ending. But at the end of the chart, whenever I see there's still more than, I look at the timer at the end usually to see if there's more than like 5 or 6 seconds left.
Yeah.
And if there's more than 5 or 6 seconds left, I'm kind of suspicious.
Those sections are really fun.
Oh yeah, those beat patterns.
Yeah.
Oh, it is slipping up Ricky's timing a bit, and Mapy as well. I'm seeing some.
Yeah, you
Oh,
kind of
those,
just
like-
have to remember they're all just dotted 8s and just repeat the same pattern without focusing too much on the beats themselves. Oh, Mapy just
Ooh.
cheesed that pattern right there. Just
Yeah.
barely hung on to it. We can probably expect about a bit less than a miss's worth of loss from that flip up from Mapy, but if Ricky's been having trouble too, it probably doesn't make too much of a difference.
Those empty beat holds with no other notes inside of them are just like such a struggle for me to process mentally, because I always think there's gonna be something else there. And I love how they're used in a lot of charts, but just I almost have to expect them, or my brain just like tries to fill it in with something else, and I'll like just spin or something for no reason and throw the wheel off.
All right, and looks like Mapy takes this one.
Wait, there's still
Yeah,
some more, I
that's-
think.
Yep, that's it.
328.
Whoa, there's more chart.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, and they both hit the whole thing. All right.
Still 328, right?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No, I think the ending actually brought it a little closer. A little bit closer in Ricky's favor, but not enough.
Mapy will take that one again. So Ricki, you get to choose another map.
All right, we'll see where Ricki decides to go this time, and hope that it can start swaying things in his favor if he wants to take this over Mapy.
Oh.
Oh, I think we're seeing this chart for the first time, right?
It could be.
Yeah.
We might have seen it once in qualifiers. If there's one person who remembers, it's probably TreXDer. So we'll see if TreXDer knows.
Alright, we'll begin the map in 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, true.
Go.
TreXDer, of course, happy to see his chart.
Oh,
Whoa, that scared me. I was like, what happened?
Wake up, everybody! We got some speed.
Yes, this is always happening right now.
Just had to get everybody in on the excitement.
Yeah.
hey, I mean, the stream normally sounds super quiet for me, so for a brief moment, it's having like normal volume.
Yeah, actually, I do have I have the Discord audio
Yeah.
turned up quite a bit.
Ooh, Mapy really struggled with the timings there.
Yeah, Ricki with this bit of mistiming through that tap beat alternation.
Okay. If this is a solo coming up, I think this is where stuff is most likely to change.
Mm-hmm. Mapy only ahead by about 70 points so far.
Yeah, I guess we did get an opportunity to see the exact difference.
Yeah, it was the... Oh, Ricki picking up a miss there. Bringing it a little farther apart. But yeah, that was the perfect opportunity to just compare the scores. I was like, wait. I saw it was slowing down. I didn't think it was going to be just that much of a break. We're gonna have to see something happen to Mapy here if we want this to be closer to a game
Not
5
too
for
likely.
Ricki.
The outro is easier than most of the chart. Yeah, looks like it. Yep.
And yeah, that's gonna be it
That's
for
a
Mapy
3-0.
then. Still by just about 200 points. A new best for Mapy and S ranks for both players. And I mean, on charts like this, that's still just top level. Like, I can't do it anymore. I can't just S rank 60s like this. So I mean,
Mapy will take
even
that,
though
which
these
means
players were
he'll be
just so
moving on.
close each time, Mapy just manages to take it each time by just 100 points or 200 or.
GG's, dude. See you later.
Still, unless you're a die-hard Mapy fan, you hate to see it go down like that. I always love to see the close sets and Ricki just getting just a little bit dominated there on that one. It's like,
Who's up next in the set?
yeah, let's see what we have going on next. It looks like we're gonna have PickPig versus Aexus next.
Ooh.
I haven't seen Pick play much in a little bit, but Aexus just kind of came out of nowhere and I think just kind of instantly became a top 3 contender, like worldwide. So, like, it depends on it's mostly on how much Pick has been practicing for this. But I think Aexus winning this is a pretty high likelihood.
Yeah, I've seen some crazy scores on the board so far from Aexus.
Oh.
Wrong chapter. Anyway,
And we are just trying to get the well, I guess you guys can see the ref den now. We are just getting the stream, the server regions sorted out.
Oh, isn't Aexus the one who plays on like Max Bloom?
Very high bloom setting, yeah.
That's right. Oh man,
I
it's
feel
gonna
like they're.
be maybe a slight difficulty to watch.
I feel like
Makes-
Aexus plays with like sunglasses or something.
I
That's why
feel
they
like you'd
could.
have to.
Yeah, that's probably why they could tolerate the bloom.
It just makes me feel like there's like a little fuzzy in my eye or something. Like my eyes. It's a little blurry or something.
Yeah. So I gotta wipe my glasses. Wipe my eyeballs.
And it makes no difference. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is stronger the hardest chart in this?
Alright,
This tier,
Uh,
yeah.
the map in 3,
Okay, I was
2,
looking through the
1, go.
Oh, I'm looking at the artists. That's why. Okay, things are gonna make a little bit more sense for me looking at the map pool.
It's such a hard time seeing picks match notes with this color scheme.
Yeah, that dark blue just blends in so much with the track, at least on my end. I'm sure with like a higher frame rate and a bigger window, you can, or like a monitor or whatever, you can see it a bit more clearly, but
Ooh.
it does pick up a couple of, I think I just turned that into a tongue twister. Picked a couple match note misses.
Yeah.
Well, Aexus somehow just through the bloom, maintaining the PFC.
The suns in the background look so much brighter and Aexus.
It's true, yeah. That's a great point of comparison. You can see just on the background.
Looks like a 5 million lumen flashlight in the back in the distance.
Alright, through those really fast tap beat alternations, it looks like Pick does pick up a couple more misses
those
even
wide
on that
frames.
mid string.
Yeah.
But Aexus
Wasn't
only
wide enough.
dropping a superb.
Oh, to rush that entire build up too.
It almost looked like it might have even been a slight lag spike on Aexus's end, but he does drop the superb full combo.
Like, won't be enough though.
Yeah, it was really hard to tell if that time if it was I'm guessing more by like the slight choppiness lately that it was just stream delay and not delay on his end, but yeah, and that's gonna be it. Now it's
Yeah.
700. Maybe not quite 700, closer to 6, but still quite a bit of accuracy difference here. Really adding up points for Aexus. With Pick having about, what is that, 35
So
missed times
take
and
that map. So pick.
couple of
you get to choose
misses.
a map.
Yeah, Pick's average error was pretty close to 0, but it's just because their error on taps and beats were completely opposite each other.
Hmm.
Alright, let me know when you're both ready. Alright, let's start the map in 3, 2, 1, go. when you're ready, it's your turn to do some map again.
I think Pick is
Okay, yeah, that's
perfectly
fine,
capable
Aexus.
of taking some games if they can get the accuracy just right. But it's all going to come down to this.
This foreshadowing.
Yeah, sorry, I was thinking about sushi and I just like completely zoned out for a good 15
Fair enough.
seconds. The, the way he's saying Aexus is apparently dropping frames with an SFC gamer. The comforting sound of the calibration blip. Let's go to Spin FM. Everybody go play Spin FM with Aexus. Just kidding. I don't know if this
Aexus
is
is
actually
alone.
I don't know if this is actually against tournament rule or not. Personally, I bet
probably
it's slide
shouldn't be
because it's
doing
funny.
that. It's funny, but
Alright,
really-
we
I
are
don't
ready
think
now
that's
though,
a-
so we're gonna have to. Now it's a stop playing moment. There we go. All right.
All right, let me know when you're both ready.
Take the pop.
Obama.
All right, so we'll begin the match in 3, 2, 1, go.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Let's do this!
I think I like it from like a viewing standpoint, but it would it would probably get to me if I was to try to like grind out a score and play it a couple times. My eyes would probably get pretty tired. But now that I'm just watching, it looks really cool. Yeah, I mean, I haven't noticed any mistimes so far, so other than those couple that threw off the PFCs, these guys are both playing very clean. Just a couple more mistimes coming out from PickPig, but Probably not a huge deal in the grand scheme of the whole chart. Oh, PickPig getting a miss there. I was just thinking too, I was like, this part looks like a part that I would not do very well on. Those really fast lane switches, all like consecutive. The Aexus is just killing it here, still just keeping an SFC. Really not messing around, showing that they are, in fact, a top competitor, despite being a more unfamiliar name to the tournament scene. Well, the Spin Rhythm tournament scene, I don't know what their gaming background is exactly, but... Yeah, coming up on the end here, it's looking likely that Aexus is going to be taking this one as well. Just based on pretty much the SFC, since I've really been barely seeing mistimes out of either of these guys. Alright, we're gonna need to hope for something out of Aexus if we want to see Pick take this. But that's it.
That's another 3-0.
Wow, yeah. Still amazing play out of both of these guys. It's just Aexus. Yeah. Yeah, you hate to see those calibration struggles during a tournament. Sometimes, like, just putting more demand on your computer from streaming the game as well can just throw some things off, and it's just frustrating to have to try to sort it out when it, like, really matters.
Shortly, we just have one match before your next matched up.
But heading to the losers bracket, it is not over for PickPig just yet.
Yep.
And we got Rad now. How's it going?
Alright, wait. Guess we're halfway through this already, huh?
Yeah, it appears we are
I feel like
a
not a
little
lot of
bit
time has
ahead of
passed.
schedule.
How's it going, gamers?
Good.
Gaming.
And that, I guess, pretty much sums it up for the first phase of... What even was this, technically? Winners quarterfinal?
Yep.
Yeah, this was winners quarters. We're gonna see the 4 surviving members of these matches in the upcoming semifinals matches, and then the other 4 players, the players who unfortunately lost today, not naming names or anything, are going to be in the losers round 1, which is going to start off our day tomorrow.
And we also got the Way here joining us.
How is it going, Way? How was your match?
I took a map off Trex. I'm good.
You did. You almost took 2 maps off Trex. If it wasn't for that lag spike at the end, you were actually on pace to win right up until the very last section.
Yeah, I had an
It was the
overbeat.
match.
It was like a consecutive like lag spikes, because one lag spike near the end cost me an overbeat, and then the very last one made me miss on the last few notes. So it was just consecutive back-to-back lag spikes that actually made me lose on Labyrinth there.
Yeah,
And it was the game that you took from TreXDer that prevented it from being just sweeps across the board today. That being the only 3-1.
If I had Pick versus Aexus match pool there, I think I could have at least taken that to like tiebreaker or something against Trex, because I didn't have Oshama, I didn't have Hell Raiders.
I was saying I had a good feeling you would put up a good fight.
If it wasn't for that lag spike, you would have taken a tiebreaker. So I think it's gonna be interesting to see what you do in losers round 1 against Ricki.
Yeah, for sure.
Gonna be really interesting because I think Ricki wasn't like fully warmed up for that match against Mapy, in my personal opinion, because he can definitely have some like really cracked scores, especially on the maps he picked against Mapy. Just that Mapy ended up being the better performer of the day in that matchup there. But he definitely had the potential to just, actually take that match against Mapy. It just came down to, of course, the performances. But tomorrow, anything could happen. Ricki could just like absolutely destroy me by, using the, the amount of time left before their matches tomorrow to like practice and just get ready for the maps on tier 3 against me.
Yep.
But yeah, with that out of the way, seems like we're getting ready for our first winner semifinals matchup here between Trex and Mapy. So that's gonna be really exciting. This is a classic matchup, huh?
Yes, this is
The classic
truly a
matchup,
classic.
honestly.
Oh man, it's incredible that after more than 2 years of the competitive custom scene, these two names have still remained relevant throughout that entire tourney growth.
Mm-hmm.
Most top players, after maybe like a few months of dominance, end up phasing out in like other scenes, but these two players have really maintained their skill level and just kept growing along with the meta, which is honestly impressive to me.
Yeah, I think there's always kind of been a bit of competitiveness between these guys to really keep them going.
To be the absolute prime EU, representative.
Yeah, yes, and because it is about being the top EU representative, because as soon as an NA player comes that challenges their dominance, they will like band together to absolutely try to crap on that player. Like there was
doing that at VC actually. They were talking about, all right, if I win, please cheer for me, give me good vibes. But if you win, I'll give you good vibes. We just have to beat Snap, all right?
Yeah. Back in the day, it was solidarity against Nick Asian. Now it's solidarity against snaphap. So,
oh man, things never change except for the NA representatives, I guess.
True.
Oh man, but it seems like we haven't yet gotten the match pool distributed for this matchup here. Gonna be best of 7 since we're now getting into the semifinals of the winners bracket here. Still gonna be on tier 3 maps, and just going by how Mapy performed on their maps and Trex performed on his. I feel like Mapy might potentially be the favorite in this matchup, because Mapy seemed a bit more consistent, especially in those runs against Ricki there. What do you guys think?
I don't know about that. I really do think that you were just the strongest loser. And
really?
Yeah, so like Trex losing a map to you isn't necessarily an indicator that he's playing worse, just that his opponent was tougher. So I think that Trex is still a pretty heavy favorite here.
Potentially. I think it also depends on the match pool, because if Mapy gets Oshama or Hell Raiders or any particular maps that Trex has shown obvious weaknesses on, it could go to Mapy here.
Yeah, we already know, for example, Trex has been talking about if cool, because I've been, you know, like begging for any of my songs to get played ever this tournament. Trex has just straight up said if Rushy, like if he makes it to pool 4, he's banning Rushy and he's never playing it because he just really loves that track. So like the click to move playstyle obviously does have its limitations, even with a player like Trex. So we will be probably seeing some differences in preferences here based off of each player's playstyle.
Yeah. Mapy being on free will since the start, Trex maintaining that OG CTM one button move playstyle. You really do love to see that. Like Trex has not changed at all since he started out. He just got better.
Yeah. And that's another one of those things. Like Trex is very like militant about there being CTM representation at the top, which I think is like, it's actually like the very, very top players have mostly been CTM in some form or other. Like Nick Asian has been a top turntable player, which is CTM basically, functionally. SMB was a top player as a turntable player. Snaphap is CTM, if I recall correctly.
No.
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 Who am I remembering then?
CTM player who also dominated.
Yeah. Or like is at the top level.
I was just thinking it might be Gabby.
Yeah, Gav.
Gabby guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there have been a lot of top CTM players, whether it's via click to move keyboard and mouse or turntable play. So,
but thanks to Mapy, Freewill has someone, you know, maintained its dominance for longer than CTM.
Yep. Mapy pointing out Kali was also on click to move.
Yeah. Ellie only competed in the first ever SSSO and lost against Starnock. That's a classic matchup, actually.
History book moment.
Yeah. You can see a little bit of it from the after movie, but I think that's literally the only footage we have of Spring SSSO that's like archived. I have no idea what happened to the rest of the VOD. That's like absolutely gone at this point.
Oh damn it! I missed the prediction. The predictions are closed, and they are very Trex favored. I would have loved to get on the Mapy vote to try to get some spin coins.
Trex, yeah, Cali versus Jarnock was one of the first ever ties, if not the first ever tie. And they, I believe, ended up settling on one of the, was it AWA or something? Not sure. It was definitely a custom that ended that match-ish. My memory just fails on Spring SSSO, Spring 2020.
For some reason in my head, I thought it was like Expert Rattlesnake or something like that.
Oh, interesting. Trex is trying to reach out and have a gentleman's agreement here to just straight up play on crack tracks.
Please.
Happy's like, I don't know.
I think it is the only unplayed song not in tier 4 at this point. Every tier 2 song got played. No. Every tier 1 and 2 song got played. And I think every other tier 3 song has been played. I think it's the only unplayed song that had.
I don't think We're All Gonna Die has been played.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen We're All Gonna Die played.
Wasn't it played in quals?
I don't think so.
Maybe?
I think I commentated it.
Actually, you might be right. I think We're All Gonna Die was played once. Let me double check that, actually. Yeah, pretty much. A deal, big We're All Gonna Die. No, you just banned it. Whoops.
Yeah, never mind. All right, that also hasn't been played. Okay, so is that also in this pool?
Yeah,
yes,
We're All Gonna Die
is
in this pool, yeah.
All right, I think these are the last two, and then the tier 4 tracks obviously have not had the opportunity to be played.
Right.
But yeah. Okay, they've settled on playing crack tracks, and we're all gonna die.
Eh.
They're just gonna get the unplayed tier 3 songs out of the way.
Oh, Theo is reminding me that it was on the test stream actually. The test stream we did the day before the first SSSO stream.
Yay!
Oh my god! Gentleman's agreement! Let's go!
I love when
And
this
Trex
happens.
is not streaming?
I love when this happens. We had this happen with the Nick Trex bracket reset, I believe. When they played because they played 2 very long matches, and the way that it ended up happening was the first match was played like whatever maps didn't get picked in that grand finals pool, Nick went and prioritized all those matches, those maps in the second match. So I love to see it.
Soda asking why didn't anyone want to play this? I'm not sure. I think it's just a matter of like being like the second or third pick for people.
TreXDer does have the PFC here.
I wanted to play this, I just didn't get it.
Yeah, it also never ended up in a Ricki pool. And I think Ricki had been practicing it quite a bit as well.
Trex measuring their current stress level. What was their stress level against me?
It went from 5 to 6.
And then it went
5
back
to
down.
6? Dang, alright.
Alright, so we're all set. So we'll
When you took the game, it went up to 6, and then the match after that, it went back down to 5.
Did it not
Alright.
go up after the reset?
No, it stayed the same.
I would have expected the map reset to probably. Maybe he didn't see that he was losing up until he won.
Yeah, I think he's being very generous to himself with these stress levels because Trex literally did just say after the match that he was shaking. But would you really have a panic attack on SSSO?
I've already seen a PFC
Goal
break
now.
with double taps from TreXDer.
Is the goal now for TreXDer to be as stressed as possible?
Oh, true. Gamer moment. Well, Mapy is still maintaining that beautiful, beautiful. Trex has picked up a couple superbs, but very few as far as I know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell with this background, actually.
Yeah, where even are Trex's indicators?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Okay.
to the right of the SSC and multiplier. Just, it's on top of blue background.
Oh, I think I saw a little bit. I think I saw a little bit of green go through there.
Yeah, you can still tell when it's green, and that's what matters.
It's all the indication we need.
Oh, geez, if Mapy actually just PBs on crack tracks, he would actually be cracked.
Cracked and tracked.
He's currently on track to be cracked.
Yeah, we're like just barely getting to halfway through the chart now. So, a bit of an endurance test here.
Yeah, and there's also going to be a section like this sort of section kind of just intensifies throughout, and it's going to get to the point very soon where it's a lot of beathold releases. So, I mean, first we're getting the soft beathold bases, and then we're going to get the beathold releases in the section following.
Oh, geez. Oh, and we get our first super from Mapy on that section there.
That was
Only one
probably
so
going to
far.
be like the big choke point for either player, and they both handled it pretty fine. So
Yeah, that match string is definitely the hardest part in it.
Yeah, if I had to guess, this is close so far because I don't think TreXDer picked up too many missed times, but Mapy
Yeah, I think
also,
Mapy is leading a little bit, just by a very small amount, but still there. This might be the closest match in winners, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking this would probably be the one I most expect to go to Game 5.
can we
Which I guess is
introduce a caveat to that? This is the closest match in winners elite.
True. I mean, we had some really close sets and challengers.
Oh, true.
Yeah, I think it's going to actually be hard to top some of those because we did have a couple matches where, like, the total score difference between the players after like 7 songs was like 50.
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh, Trex! No!
It was a
What happened?
it was a boring into tap.
Yeah, it looked like a missed tap on the slider.
That would be a tough movement on Super.
Yeah, that stress level was gonna be spiking.
That was a really unfortunate.
And then this is the part where the song decides it's not over yet.
It's
Yeah,
kind of like
I think
the what was the song again? Labyrinth literally feels like it's about to end, and then it goes for like another 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Oh,
it's
true. Each
the
X represents every
mix.
ending.
Oh, that was really
Right.
unfortunate.
Oh,
Surprisingly close.
I think he still would have lost. He would have lost without that miss, but
Yeah.
oh, Mapy
It would've
PVing
been
with an
so close.
SFC.
Actually, that
Minus
was
4?
3. That was 3 on Trex, right? Or was that 5? I can't read it.
The number of superbs, you mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
That is very close.
Looks like
Yeah, it kind of
3.
looks like a 5 to me.
I can't agree.
Oh, dang.
For everyone's gonna die.
Looks like a 3 to me. I don't know.
I think
wear
it is a
glasses.
3.
Okay.
Oh,
I had to,
Trex
like,
actually
change my
adjusting
resolution.
calibration here? Interesting strat here. Oh, we're all gonna die pay from Trex?
Let me know.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
I mean, they agreed to it.
Yeah. Wow, Trex slightly winning over Mapy on this track in particular, but not by much.
It's just the shortest chart overall in the tourney.
Right.
Yes. 2 minutes and 16 seconds.
From one of the longest to one of the shortest. I say one of the longest because Tier 4 has a lot of long tracks.
Oh, Donald pointing out the fact that Trex did not adjust the current stress level. I guess it isn't super accurate then.
Maybe that Trex did not get more stressed. It could have been that Trex was like, you know what, that was a throwaway map. I literally was just playing it to get it off the unplayed pool. Ooh, Trex, that was an opposite lane swap that Trex swapped into and then had to swap again and missed the perfect over it.
Anticipating nodes, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, there's always this expectation that if there's a lot of space between nodes, then there's going to be movement. But when there's an opposite lane color swap, that's not the case. Haxton did have 2 op lane color swaps there. And
Really just an assumption you should never be making because that was never really a charting convention in the first place.
yeah, it is now, but it's one that we created. It's not one that the game necessarily enforced.
I personally think it makes
movement.
more sense to not have limited space, just let people sit still and just in the play.
Yeah, I agree. I happen to agree. So definitely it was sort of an unforced error by Trex. We also did get an
20 corrected
PFC.
at
We
least,
got
though.
now at least 2 superbs by
Yeah,
Mapy.
this is
so
where the
might be ahead.
checklist is really wacky. I don't get those beat times at all, and that filler there.
Oh, we got a good from Mapy and an okay from TreXDer at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the bug you reported on spin rhythm.
Well, the tap active spin one was fixed, right?
Okay, so I know that Mapy had more
Ooh, that's a
superbs, but
close one
TreXDer
there.
did have that okay.
Yeah, and TreXDer
That is
barely
a close
takes it.
one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Gonna be tying it up by a very, very small margin there. Jeez.
I wonder how this affects TreXDer's stress level rating. I mean, considering it probably would have gone up last round and potentially gone back down this round, it's probably still around a 6.
Like I said, it might not have gone up. He might have just kind of thrown away his first map because he was just like, he just handshook. He didn't pick strategically, so.
But what does that text on the left of Trex's stream say?
It says, "Please curse the person on the right." I was trying to figure that out.
Wow.
He had it there when he was playing you as well.
Dang, alright.
I did not.
Oh, we're just going straight to the other strongest or hardest chart in the pool.
Oh,
Okay.
good pick for Mapy here. Has some
I know.
pretty quick 1-5 flicks that Trex might struggle on.
So Trex and Mapy are basically doing charity work because when we were talking about the 2 unplayed tracks, Edge was like, Stronger has only been played once. So now we're getting the 3 least played tracks left. All of them are getting plays in this set. We do love charity.
As I said earlier, you love to see all the tracks represented.
Absolutely.
If I had this map in my match versus Trex, I would have picked it for sure.
We did get an early PFC break out of Mapy, so he's on SFC pace.
I still think Mapy's favorite on this map.
Yeah, so now they're on FC Ace only. TreXDer's on SFC Sace.
Sace.
We have to milk this SFC Sace meme as long as we can, because like it's gone by the next tournament.
Yeah, SFCs will no longer be a thing with the new scoring update.
Rip to SFC, the one patch wonder.
Damn.
Trex flawlessly
It's a shame
navigating the
too.
same lane color swaps. Oh, those are really tight. We did see a superb out of TreXDer during those 1-5s. Those are very tight for CTM.
Oh yeah. And there's even a quicker pattern here on this build up for the next drop.
I do agree that this chart is quite a bit harder than a few charts in tier 4.
Ooh, Trex nailing that.
patterns. Yeah.
Harder than tier 4 tracks in general, or just for CTM?
Like in general.
Possibly, yeah.
There are multiple tier 4 charts that are easier than this.
Long equals hard.
Yeah, I do think that maybe some of these tracks were graded by their ability to be PFC'd. And so the longer tracks sort of fell off, or sort of fell upwards as a result.
Yeah, but that's like not a factor in a tournament setting. Optimizability isn't a factor at all.
Actually, when it comes to like endurance, like especially for playstyles that require you to move a lot more, those longer tracks do tend to be they do tend to favor playstyles with less movement overall.
Trex does win it by less than 100 points.
Less than
is that 72? 68 points. No, 72 points. Sorry, wrong side. And I do think that the length is a factor, like optimizability is a factor, but I think that it was overrated as a factor.
We'll take that map. Mapy.
I'm going to take the radical centrist position here that it is still important to, like, ability to PFC is still a thing, but like it was definitely rated too high if we just got all the longest tracks in the highest tier.
Trex just lowered his stress level to 5.
Wow.
All right.
And then meanwhile, in referee den, he's saying he's cleaning his mouse from sweat. "20/3 charts are overrated by like 10 points in the pool." I think that some of the charts are overrated based on their deviation from standard. And 23 tends to have some interesting patterns. I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that 20 over 3 tends
let
to
me know when
be
you're
very
both ready.
creative. And that creation sometimes results in a lot of deviations from norms. And so, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the 20 over 3 songs in general are overrated. Haxton's deviations were very, very friendly. Like, it was a lot of, like, deviations on space, but I feel like those deviations were also overrated a little bit. But also, the other parts of the songs were really hard.
Alright, we'll start the map in three,
Yeah,
It's the
Half-Life
beat, it's the
Premium,
beat
even
patterns.
Kaio.
and-
go.
okay,
Kaio
okay,
is
yeah.
totally deserving of
Yeah.
its spot, in my opinion. That is a hard chart.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we are on Stars and Darkness, which I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Like, I actually had a very
Great
easy
song.
time with this song.
I just love
I'd
this
say
song.
it's
I don't
a
think I
it's a
played this
slight
great.
it's like a slightly harder playing god. It has
Yeah.
a similar like beat patterns.
Yeah, I really like. I feel like this chart actually played very smoothly. It was easy for me, and I'm relatively unskilled player. Like, I'm not bad at the game, but like, I'm here with Gabby Guy and Programmatic and Way, and just like, oh yeah, like, I'm a little below all the rest of you. So
Same.
okay, so this is more like just a chart that sort of favored me and my play sensibilities then. Okay, so sometimes that happens. We have songs that just like not necessarily favor a play style, but just favor a player's style of play. Like, it's not a controller scheme, but like the things that we prefer. And like, I'm a very rhythm heavy player. I don't.
Ooh.
Oh, we did
Happy
get a
picking up a
miss
superb
perfect.
here.
Yeah, we did get a miss perfect and a Mapy. I'm a very rhythm heavy player. I don't especially care for movement. Like, movement's great. I love movement, but like, my wheelhouse is tap and beat schemes. And so like a chart like this, I think, really does lean in heavily on like supporting the way that I play.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, this is, despite me saying this is a slightly harder playing god, this is also one of only 2 charts in this pool I've ever seen. So
Understandable.
Aexus has said that he does struggle on this map.
That's the secret tech. These players also need to be aware of like the maps that the corresponding players or their opponents struggle on. And like, I know some people, for example, have a very programmatic approach to selecting their counter picks. And some kind of like they pick anti-leads basically. They pick the songs that their opponents struggle on, and some pick the songs that they personally favor. And so these different styles are also definitely going to come into play a lot more with longer sets. And we are approaching we're in best of 7s, and we're going to be going to best of 9s for the finals. So something to think about as far as pick ban strategy goes is like, what are these players' preferences when it comes to like picking or counter picking against their opponent?
We're finally getting to the last fourth of Stars in Darkness here. Trex still holding on to that beautiful, beautiful map. He has picked up a couple of superbs since then, but has retained a very consistent pace.
Yeah, still within spitting distance. All it takes is for Trex to miss a tap and the lead is switched. Or like drop one of these holds. Like that I think that would be sufficient.
Indeed.
Even with the regrab, I think that like it's close enough that a dropped hold could do it. And these holds, especially in guitar solo, are not kind.
Both players nail it though. That is just straight up impressive.
that last lift off on that solo lift offs, like they're all offset from the beat, and then you just have one that's on the beat, and I always hit it late.
Not a show for these two players, though.
Then the chart.
And calls? Maybe.
So we did get a PFC out of TreXDer.
Wow. First PFC of the... No, not first PFC of the day.
Yep.
Jesus.
Might have improved on
There
perfect
goes
count,
it.
though.
The stress level
Who
goes
knows?
down again.
Well,
That'd be
as
pretty
a
good if
PF
he improved on perfect plus count here with this run.
We're seeing new
Yeah.
lows on the stress level meter.
Yeah.
PFC.
so
Four.
TreXDer PFCs and Mapy's deviation from score is not 0. So Trex is now on match point.
Wow, what is that? 32 points?
Well, it's 4 superbs, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Ooh,
That's connected.
that's a banger. Let's go.
It's a banger that Mapy has a better score on.
Mmm.
Getting my maxo for the day.
And it's not
Yeah,
even
I
an
know when you're both
insignificant point difference. It's valued in the hundreds. So Trex is not full combo this, I think.
If Mapy can recreate this run here in tourney, that could go well. I believe Trex's run is also pretty recent because I believe he posted a video of his run on Tears in the Wind. I think a couple days ago.
You gotta love when content creators just give you information like that.
True.
All right. So we'll start the map in 3, 2, 1, go.
Are you ready?
I wish I had this map in my match pool against Trex too. A lot of maps. Oh yeah, let that sink in. Ayo.
All right, now if I recall correctly, and I might not recall correctly, is that this is very similar to Sharks in that it's going to be like, it's going to ramp very heavily into the drops.
Sharks as in the
Not
artist?
No,
necessarily.
the Whirlpool.
Okay.
I was thinking Whirlpool and I said Sharks, which is my bad.
I don't think this one particularly like spikes, but it does develop over time.
Yeah, Maxo songs, I feel like it feels like Maxo songs don't tend to have like a climax to them. They just kind of are technical and intricate in different sections and ways, kind of.
Like Tears in the Wind. Oh,
Yeah, I'm expecting this one to be very, very match heavy.
Very
it's the same
interesting
line
shuffle
that has ever been so far. So
I was actually
I,
going to
mean,
say
I do agree it's quiet though, but
I appreciate all the
players-
commentators being quiet at the beginning so we could hear the build up of the song, because I think the song itself was just really quiet at the beginning. At this point, it's normal volume, I would assume.
yeah,
Both players on PFC pace. And yeah, the beginning of the song is also not a whole lot to talk about because it's just long sliders. And it's long, gentle sliders, so it's not like we're expecting them to break anything. So we literally are just sort of letting them ease into the song a bit.
oh
Probably
geez,
the hardest
both
section
players
too.
already past the midpoint of Tears in the Wind and still maintaining beautiful.
Yeah!
and like I said, this is probably the hardest part in the entire year because of those tap beat patterns.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it's you were like inviting a curse by saying it there.
Yeah. Hindsight 2020.
Yeah, these double beats can also be a pretty stressful thing for players to
I mean,
hit.
I wasn't calling out anyone's performance. I just said this section's hard.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
No, I'm talking about Way talking about beautiful during the hard section.
Yeah.
Was inviting a curse. So Trex is still on PFC pace. We're in the outro of the song, so probably going to get this PFC.
And the duh at that point.
Yeah, I mean,
As
like,
long
I
as he
would say,
remembers those few places where the
Almost.
beats suddenly change.
Almost missed that
I would
opposite
say
like
that
color
this
swap.
time,
Ooh.
I would say the miss time could have almost cost Mapy the match, but like,
Oh, that
they
Drop
both
slider.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
Oh, drop slider in the end. Oh,
The
Trex is
hand.
Still
reacting.
wins by 8
Still wins
points.
eight.
saw the hands and he looked at his
8
camera.
points. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Let's see if he-
Trex
let's see if he
lost-
adjusts-
Trex lost
I gotta
8
clip
points with
that.
slider break.
Does he adjust the stress level before finding out he wins?
Rex's face in the camera.
What an ending.
Trex key smashing and referee den.
That was very close. Trex narrowly takes it.
Taking back their statement, Trex says, hold notes are not too lenient.
Yeah.
God, that was yeah.
Character growth midstream.
Alrighty, so Mapy, we'll see you tomorrow. TreXDer, we will see you for the finals in just a bit.
All right. Wow. GG's. Trex's stress level just went down over time against Mapy there.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah.
We'll be
Also-
taking the dub and moving forward to winners finals, while Mapy will be sent down to losers quarterfinals, right?
Yes. Losers round 2, which is quarters.
Yeah.
So I think that despite that being a 4-1, that was actually a much closer match than the score indicated.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think that against almost any other player, the scores Mapy posted would have won. Especially
sure.
like, imagine losing with 2 superbs, like, and losing with 4 superbs in the map prior to that, just because your opponent PFCs. And like, oh, both of those were functionally PFCs. Like, yeah, TreXDer clipped a couple takes off the slider at the end, but like that was a PFC up until the last 5 seconds, and he didn't lose by like much. Like literally a superb's value. Yeah.
Hello. Goodbye.
Prague has entered the rhythm dimension, and he's
Yeah,
back.
we-
Oh my god, what a legend!
We started with Wolf in the rhythm dimension, and then we went to Prague. Are we going in clockwise order, or are we going
Yeah, look,
in reading order?
Yeah, how
He's just there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there goes Raj. How does video
Man, I'm
compression
gone.
even?
Woo!
Oh, it's Wade's turn.
I'm gonna wipe
Wei
it off.
actually fixed it. Yeah, you literally wiped it off.
Yeah,
That's amazing. I did not know that worked.
it's just
You gotta
because I
wipe
have
it
video
earlier,
Trash
compression
off, you know?
Rad like wiped to their face and made it worse. And like they moved their hand in front of their face and it just like blurred it all up.
It still amazes me that video compression can somehow screw up a static image like Wolf's. How does that even happen?
Good question.
Like,
Okay.
The encoding just has to say these pixels are the same as before, and that just
Yeah.
works. But
Okay, so
That's why
we've got
there's a rainbow puke button.
the map
Yeah.
pool for Snap versus Aexus. We've got Oshama Scramble by Luciano, Violet Purple by Prague and PickPig, Medius by Konomi, Stars and Darkness by Dama and Half-Light, Overhaul by Cursed Electric,
Tsujigiri.
Tsujigiri by I was debating whether or not to say Tsujigiri or Kill the Commoner by Programmatic. Goddamn, I'm Dead Again by TreXDer, Monty's Revenge by The Way 123, and Your Voice So by Quasi. Yeah, should we just like every time Tsujigiri comes up, like say casual murder, basically? Like, should we just have
Casual
a different name for it?
Kill people for no reason.
Peasanticide. I can't I know, but like I can't think of the peasant equivalent of regicide.
oh, all right, we're going straight to another one of the hardest tracks. Your voice.
Hey yo, your voice so?
Aexus just straight up saying he's just banning from top to bottom, so
Yeah.
I think Aexus believed that he might just win the harder charts.
Against Snap, that's some confidence right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you pick against Snap? Like, I don't think you can conclude that any particular chart will give you an advantage against them.
I think you pick
No, not
TreXDer,
really.
and that's about it.
You just have to like pick a track where you, I guess, you just brute force a better score on it than Snap.
Yeah, like Snap already has a PFC on this chart.
Yeah. Aexus
Oh,
not too
geez.
far behind, but like PFC. You just
Yeah,
Is it Aexus streaming?
Speaking of our top,
Oh, they
four
weren't streaming.
players, actually, our top 4 players on this chart are the 4 semifinalists.
And they're in 6. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. It's working now, so we're all set.
I hope we get to see SMB compete again soon, seeing as he's
now
still
we will
just out here posting
begin
cracked
in
scores.
3, 2.
Like, we don't have SMB and we don't have Mater. Like,
Yeah.
this elite bracket could have been even more stacked. Somehow.
Yeah, like, I really hate to single out, like, one player, but I feel like Konomi is sort of the odd one out in this top 8. And, like, there are players that could have theoretically replaced him. But also, Konomi won his bracket, so, like, he totally deserves to be here.
Yeah, that's
It
bracket.
was a really close match though, against DFF in the grand finals.
Yeah, and, was it Luciano? Was also, like, really close there as well.
Yeah.
Like, that...
That's true.
I think it's actually kind of the opposite. Like, I know that, like, the changes were hard to adjust to, but Luciano has been saying that these changes in general are much easier for him.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm analyzing pixels, but I think Aexus is now on SFC pace.
That is correct.
Yeah, dropped on like a fast tap beat alternation type of thing. And pretty much all perfect pluses coming out from Snap.
Yeah,
Which is, I think an indicator that it's not too likely we'll even see a superb, but we could, for sure.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the hardest bit of Heroic Hill yet, so
yeah. And yeah, Dama's correct. Like, I do think that people underestimate Konomi. Saying that Konomi is the odd person out, even in spite of that, because like, okay, like Konomi's got losers round 1. I think versus PickPig is a winnable matchup actually, but then like, what happens in losers round 2? Face off against the loser snaphap versus Aexus, I believe.
yeah.
And that's really hard. Like, it's getting to the point where, like, you can't... It's not even good enough to be good. It's not even good enough to be really good at this game anymore.
Yeah, you have to be like pretty much flawless at this level.
Excellent. Superb!
Superb soon won't be enough.
Gotta be flawless. I wish that judgment was there still.
I'm fine with it not being there.
Was flawless not the best? Was flawless not like the most accurate rating you could get?
I mean, there were a couple issues with flawless. It was, for some reason, it was about perfect. And then second, like, flawless, it just sounds awkward to say because you're ending with soft consonants on both ends. So it doesn't really blend well into anything. And then also, like, flawless is like just doesn't have an accurate translation that isn't perfect for a lot of things.
Yeah.
For a lot of languages.
I mean, even with the system we have now, if you looked at Mapy's score before, superb and great are both just called super.
That's right. I saw that earlier and I was confused. Like, trying to understand what the ratings were, like how that was actually different. That makes sense,
Yeah.
though. I'm glad that was brought up.
Localization moment. Is this the only Vocaloid track in Tier 3?
This is not
Like,
Vocaloid.
not Vocaloid, but like, shit, what am I, what's the term for
Is
it?
he seeing this again? Just
Yeah.
Yep, we got a snap POC on your voice, so.
What's the name for it when your lead is a vocal chops?
Aexus just 40 points behind. Still getting a new
Aexus-
best, though.
Yeah, Aexus PB'd, but Aexus deviation from perfect is not 0, therefore snaphap takes the song.
Alright, yeah.
Aexus and referee Den saying I PB'd, surely I won. You're against snap.
I'll type it for you.
Aexus, I have some bad news.
I was a bit late. Rip.
Snap takes that map. Aexus, it's
Oh yes.
you get to choose.
Half-Light's efficient scoring, refereeing.
Oh man.
Yeah, Half-Light straight up with the just I have bad news for you, Aexus. I was like, oh no.
Ooh, Monty?
Monty?
Let's go. Monty, let's go.
Who's that
I
on
don't know
the
I feel
cover?
about having that.
Is that Monty? Is that Monty on the cover?
Map will start. In
No, that's
3,
Nowhere.
2, 1, go.
Monty's a rat.
So, 4 of our top 5 on this track are the semifinalists, and then who is that in 4th place?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Either.
I'm indicating that a specific person should respond to that question.
Who?
Come on! It's Wei! Wei is 4th on this track.
Oh, I'm 4th?
Yeah, you're 4th.
That's cool. What about it?
Okay, never mind. So it's on Trek Snap happens on PFC case. Aexus is not, and therefore
Oh!
Okay,
Oh my god.
that's the exclamation mark curse right there. Come on.
yeah, that's a curse.
The curse
That's
that maybe
Monty's
the
revenge right
people
there.
wanted.
So speaking of the diamond ratings, Dama, I actually suggested as a joke we use the Diablo 2 diamond ratings, where you have chipped, flawed, normal, like no indicator, flawless, and perfect. Obviously, as a joke, but like, yeah.
Use the Diablo Immortal system where 2 out of 5 and 2 are not the same thing.
Oh god. We could also use the Diablo 3 gem system, which I think has 17 different tiers. Yeah, they basically just said we're gonna scale gems up nearly indefinitely. And then they just introduced like... Oh, we got a miss well, actually, we already have misses out of Snap, who cares? Aexus is still in SFC space.
What a gamer. Just doing
Yeah, we need
great on my chart here.
a clutch moment from Aexus to bring this closer.
Automodder immediately thought Jammy had racist intentions.
Oh. Yeah. That's something that happened in chat.
First off, Jammy, how dare you? Second off, yeah, words have more than one meaning.
Oh. Aexus, I'm rooting for you, fucking Monty. Let's go. I hope they don't miss on this rifle. Please, for the love of God, don't miss on this rifle.
All there is left to miss is that rifle.
I know. Come on. He hits it! And Snap misses it! Oh my god!
Wait. We said that Trex was going to PFC, and then he slider clipped the outro. It is still possible. Never mind. Good job, Aexus. You took a map.
Let's go, Monty! Monty! Taking the dub!
Monty turns out to be a goated counter pick.
Aexus with another. don't put clueless. He actually won.
Hashtag Monty sweep. Let's go!
Tag Monty sweet.
I mean, Aexus, I don't know, man.
Half-Light raking Aexus over the coals. Don't know, Aexus. I don't know about this.
Aexus thinks it's over. Or I said GG.
Wait, Red, did you say I was 6th place? It obviously looks like I'm 5th here.
I said you were 4th up until Aexus just overtook you. So now all the semifinalists are top 4.
Hey.
I was trying to say that like you were the one person ahead of the semifinalists here, which was like the cool thing that I was trying to indicate. Like you should be proud. And then you were just like, "Why do I care?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, fuck me, I guess. But yeah, now you're not in the top 4, so fuck you too.
Yeah, Aexus is taking the rightful spot here. I mean, I like the number 5. You know, I'm good with it.
Oh, speaking of, did Aexus climb spots with that first map? Because Aexus PB'd while already being top 4.
I think
He was 3rd. I don't know if he went from 3rd to 2nd. Definitely not 1st, because snaphap PFC'd.
Right. Yeah.
We'll start.
All right, top 4 for this song. Would you believe it? Are our semifinalists.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah.
Yo, snaphap.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Like, if it's that fast, just don't play him.
Yeah, fair. This is how I feel about most aesthetic sliders, to be honest. So, Snap being
But
based
some
right
of those
now.
aesthetic sliders not moving is the idea.
Yes, but that's exactly how I feel about it. I feel like it does look silly. Snap on FC Ace. Aexus on SFC Ace. Now in the lead. Like, we just had an immediate lead swap over that.
Ooh.
Ballin saying that he's got to bounce because his internet is dying. Thank you for joining us, Ballin.
Have a go on Ballin. Say goodbye to Ballin, everyone. See ya.
Bye, Ballin. I'm not sure if the song just sped up a whole bunch or if we just had, like, compression on the stream end.
There's some lag.
Okay, cool. Because it sounded
Also-
like a natural build-up, like a speed build-up, but it's just weird.
Guys, can we just talk about how Ballin said that they were going to bounce?
Yo, Ballin'.
Ballin, he's about to bounce.
I see. I see where you're
There
going.
you go. You see it? All right. I'm not alone.
So, okay, we did see another superb out of Aexus in this build-up. Hey, it's really hard for me to tell who's got the lead here.
Well, Aexus has SFC.
He does have SFC to Snap's FC, but... Yeah. We know that Aexus has a minimum of 2 superbs. I haven't been counting up.
Yeah, it's just a matter of quantity.
Oh,
Another superb out of Aexus. It is getting stressful.
hey,
like-
at least hit that like match stream. That's tough.
I'm pretty sure the great that
Ooh,
okay.
stop it!
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's it.
Aexus wins.
That's
Sure,
getting close to the
but
end here. Let's see.
That's a dove.
That's it.
up for Aexus.
Is it another
Holy
PB?
moly, 112 points.
It's gonna be so hilarious if we like hype Snap up as this unkillable
That'd
demon king, and then Aexus like comes up from unseated and knocks him out in semis.
It's like, see you.
Yeah, and not unseeded, but like not top 8 seed. Like Aexus was in pool 3, right? Or was that just DFET?
Right.
Yeah, because it was in
Aexus
Prog's
will
pool.
take that map. So you get to choose another
As
map.
seed 10?
Second
Or
seed.
Okay,
11.
second seed, yeah.
Obama? Hey, yo, hashtag Obama sweep. Are we gonna make this like the whole thing? Just like make it a sweep. Hashtag sweep. Let's go.
Let me be clear. me when I enter the rhythm dimension on
Let me
camera.
know when you're both ready.
Weird.
Mm.
Alternately, Half-Light said we're playing Bama, so it could also be Roll Tide moment.
Hmm. Obama uncut.
Alright, we'll start the map in 3, 2, 1.
That's
go.
awful.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's do this.
I'd vote for Oshama Scramble a third time if I could.
True.
I probably botched the movie quote, but whatever.
And still hit it. Aexus getting a superb on that intro. Jammy in chat saying Obama unscramble, uncut election.
Man, we're getting British people memeing on our US politicians. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like a rising, like, sentiment of patriotism just coming out of nowhere all of a sudden.
I mean, Snap is the only US representative at this stage right now, and winners.
Wait, oh yeah, and winners, yeah. I was like in top 8, like fucking real, but like no.
Yeah, at
No,
this
we
stage
still
of
have
winners,
Konomi.
it's only Snap. And technically
Yeah.
me.
Wait, isn't Snap Canadian? No, who's?
I don't think so.
I think West Coast.
Well, believe it or not, Canada also has a West Coast.
Oh,
You just had a snap
there's
up.
another snap miss.
Ooh.
Which means that
getting
Aexus, who
nervous.
don't miss, is probably gonna win this. But how many?
Oh,
how
Snap If's from NC.
oh, North Carolina. My condolences.
Damn. Destroyed.
No, but like, I mean, so it's like it's this weird thing like seeing Jammy talk about American politicians. It's like, you know, death to America, but also like we're not gonna let the British speak on this one.
Oh my god, what a run from both players here. So Snap, unfortunately, picking up some misses here, which is, you know, we haven't really seen them in tournament, but given just the runs is pretty uncharacteristic.
Snap just wants to make sure that Konomi has a bad time in losers bracket. Or pick. Just like, oh, you thought you could make top 4? Like, fucking psych, dude.
Yeah, here I am.
Which, you know, like, we gotta give Konomi props for letting Snap win winners quarters so that Konomi could go to work.
True.
But I think Snap may have taken that personally, so he's gonna drop into losers to personally end Konomi's second life.
Damn. Oh, the mistime note. I heard that.
Oh, right. Yeah, I actually found 2 of them in this chat.
Pick, great question. I have no idea. Probably.
Ooh!
Another miss.
Snap did
Every
not
other
move for
round.
that 1-5 there. Just absolutely missed that match.
Okay, so like let's real talk here. How many maps in this tournament has Aexus had a miss on?
No idea. Aexus has literally never missed.
Because like I think that might be the bar. That's the expectation against Aexus. Like you need to SFC.
Oh, he
Is
needs
that-
FC.
Yeah. Well.
Easily.
Yeah. But Aexus
my
has been
God.
SFCing everything.
And PBing.
That's
the
one super.
Oh my
And
god!
the PB.
Aexus!
Now, I mean, I had my idea earlier, like, when you get that one miss time right at the start. But, I mean, Aexus has just been keeping
So Aexus takes that
SFCs
map.
consistently.
Snap. Get to choose another
Although
map.
we can speak to personally like that having the opposite effect. I remember I was playing open custom 8s way back when, and my opponent was Tandoku. And Tandoku puts up a PFC, I think. And then I hit an early on my second note. And then it was just a matter of like, okay, I've already lost. How much am I going to fuck up? And then just like watching, like it basically just got worse and worse as the song went on. That was my only tournament song ever played.
Dang.
Let's try getting the second part.
And yeah, we are on match point. Aexus is going to be able to pick every song after this. So we've got triple match point for Aexus.
Are you ready? 2, 1, go!
It's incredible just seeing Aexus just outperform Snap on this match here. Incredible. The stress is definitely getting to Snap here. The nerves are just sometimes too hard to work through. Interesting that Snap is picking Trex map to counterpick against Aexus here. Ooh, both players getting superbs here.
This is fine if you're. Oh, we're now an FC Ace for Aexus for the first time this set.
Wait, they didn't get FC Ace earlier in the first 4 maps?
Nope, all superbs.
Oh my god.
Yeah, even the first one, that was the one that Snap took, that was a PFC from Snap.
Yeah, that's why I was like, you really kind of need a PFC against Aexus. Because, like, Aexus has been SFC, or no, you really need an SFC against Aexus, because Aexus has been doing SFCs on every single map.
Oh my god. How is Aexus this consistent? Like, I don't think I've seen this level of consistency in a long
question.
time on these hard maps.
And remember,
That
SFC
short
is...
break in to see that Snap is about 200 points ahead.
Yep. And just remember also, SFC is functionally the old PFC window. So this is the 5th map, and the first one that Aexus would not have PFC'd.
Jeez.
And we're in the pool 3, by the way, which is 54 to 67 difficulty. Oh! That Drunkfield had 2 superbs at a snaphap.
I think at least one out of Aexus there too.
We're getting close to the ending though, so I think Snap might have this. But at this point, every single map that will be played after this one will be picked by Aexus. So definitely in the advantage here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if any of the remaining tracks are necessarily strong picks for Aexus, though. Like they're both just really good at all these charts that they have to choose.
You gotta love how, for the first time in like over 2 years, we're getting some Australian representation in the top player scene for Spin Rhythm, a game developed by Australian devs.
And
Yeah,
more
I mean-
turntable representation.
Yeah, I mean, we did have a withdrawal from Carbon, but Carbon is also a very high-level player at this stage as well.
Oh,
we
Aexus had
did-
4 grades over the course of the chart. I didn't even know he had more than one.
Yeah, and a lot of
Wow.
superbs too. I think that where those grades happened, there were just a lot of mistimings all collected together. Because we have 4 sections where Aexus missed perfects and 15 missed perfects in those sections. So Snap actually pretty handedly takes
Yeah,
that.
We'll take that map. So Aexus,
Whew.
you get to choose a map.
Oh man. Alright. Jeez. This is way too close. I don't think anyone really expected this. But now that we're seeing it live and just witnessing Aexus getting incredible PBs with under tournament nerves, it's incredible. Oh man. Alright. Well, we're getting a pick from Aexus. Let's see, what will they pick?
Yeah, so
Violent Purple.
something I've been noting. I'm gonna DM Flight real quick. Flight has not been posting the remaining songs in a pool.
Oh.
Alright, let me know when you're both ready.
Yeah, the original match pool is very much varied at this point. Alright, both players are good to go to play on Violent Purple. Alright, let's see how this one turns out. Will SnapHap bring it to tiebreaker?
Alright.
Or will
start
this be the
map in
end of
3,
Snap vs. Aexus?
2, 1, go.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Aexus had number 2 score on Violent Purple.
Yes. Was number one
geez.
Snap?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I stopped paying attention for the last couple of songs, but I wouldn't be surprised if the top 4 were also TreXDer and Mapy.
Aexus picking up a pretty early miss time there on the speedy tap patterns.
Still simply a superb.
Yeah, that's Snap is at a non-zero number of PFCs, so a superb can be an auto loss. But also, Aexus has won 3 maps on just missing for superbs. So, I'd still be pretty comfortable if I'm Aexus right now.
Neither of these guys had PFC on the leaderboard, so if Snap does PFC this will be a PB.
If Snap PFCs this, like,
Yeah.
my god.
This is ridiculous, man. I have no words for this matchup here. This is just beautiful to watch.
Yeah,
I
this
think
is
it's-
like really, really crazy.
I think it's very likely we're gonna see these 3 players again in Pool 4s.
Holy
It's
possible.
like-
yeah.
These 2 players need, and Trex is already in Pool 4 no matter what. But SnapHap and Aexus only need to win 1 more of their next 2 matches to be in Pool 4 songs. So whoever
We
loses
could
this,
see
just needs
Aexus
to be-
in winner spot, honestly.
We could. But like even if like say SnapHap loses, SnapHap just needs to beat can't remember which side he'll be on. Either the winner of Konomi pick or the winner of you and Ricki. We gotta miss that.
miss for Snap! That might be it! That might be it!
Wow, imagine SnapHap and losers. Like we were talking about how this like never happens for TreXDer, but like this is kind of the same feeling. Like even though SnapHap doesn't have as much of a storied tournament history, like thinking about SnapHap being in losers seems foreign.
This is just simply incredible. Just seeing an upset of this magnitude happen live. At this point, Aexus has to pick a similar miss in order for Snap to even have a chance at taking this map, which so far, taking into account Aexus' consistency throughout the 6 maps that we played, I just don't see it happening. Yeah, we're already in the last few seconds of Violent Purple. It isn't looking good for Snap. At this point, this is an Aexus dub. Oh. GG's.
Oh, by 40
points. That miss really did it. That miss really did it.
So yeah, I think Praga said, you know, a miss is worth 20 superbs, and we see 19 superbs out of Aexus.
Oh man. This is the first time we're seeing Aussie players in an Aussie player in finals in the SSSO.
Cow.
That was a crazy set. I really don't know what to say about that one other
Take
than
that map by a very small margin.
GG's, well played. Well played indeed. Nobody bet on Aexus in the prediction, so every bet that went on Snap is going straight to the house.
Dama put 10 whole spin coins on Aexus.
Oh wait.
Oh,
yeah, somebody
10
has 10
coins from Dama. They won 4,595 from that. What a goat! What a goat!
Let's give it up for Dama, yeah. After that amazing
Call of the day.
Literally free money.
I can't. Yeah.
Let's get some smilers for Dama.
I would have hopped in there on the underdog bet too if I had noticed, but I can't keep on top of my predictions today.
I never bet to avoid any potential match fixing scandals, but yeah. That really depends a lot of people's understandings about what we should expect from these top players.
Agreed. We now have Trex versus Aexus in winners finals, a matchup that I don't think anyone really foresaw leading up to this point.
I thought Prague was going to be in top 8. So, mine way off.
Wait, and now I'm in the rhythm dimension. I'm trying.
The hand wave technique. Oh.
I'm trying.
It might just be making it worse.
Oh no! Oh, oh, all right. Oh, we're getting some rolls here. Aexus just won their roll, so they get the choice to either ban first or second in this winners finals matchup, best of 9. And they're giving first ban to Trex. No one's betting on Trex versus Aexus here.
So let's see how strategic Trex is with his ban. We know that Trex is going to ban Rush E. Does he ban it first, or does he feel out if Aexus is going to ban it?
Well, they just banned Excessive Funeral first, and Aexus said they were going to do that.
Oh wow, Aexus bans Rush E.
Oh, that actually paid off.
So yeah, so that's the gambit. Basically, I was gonna see how long TreXDer was willing to play chicken with Rush E, because TreXDer has been very vocal about not liking Rush E. He was the person that had the withholding vote on it getting in for CTM unfriendliness. I made some changes based on Trex's recommendations, and then it was approved. But then after it was approved, Trex said, the song is actually still not CTM friendly just because of how fast it is, because it does get up to 420 beats per minute at the end. Actually, I think it gets up 450 in the last measure. And so Trex was like, yeah, I think it was a mistake that Rush E made it in, even with the CTM friendly changes. And so because of that, I was like, Trex has been very vocal about not wanting to play Rush E at all, about it being the Achilles heel track in Pool 4 for him. Aexus banning Rush E first and probably not going to Rush E in this set is going to be a huge relief for TreXDer, because I think that every other map is going to be significantly easier for him.
Unless they're trying to do a bait strategy, which, of course, knowing the information that we do about Trex not wanting to really rushy probably isn't going to pay off, but who knows? I don't know what Ace is planning here.
Yeah, we are down to multi-genre SmackDown, Upload Your Mind, and Are You Still XXXX as our last three.
Trex banning the Camellia track here. Upload Your Mind, Download My Soul. Yeah, the Camellia track. That's so specific,
Which
right?
Camellia track? Trex banning one of the 5 Camellia tracks in Pool 4.
We are now down
Actually,
to
it's
2 Camellia tracks.
We're gonna play multi-genre, banning the other Dr. Chicken track. So Ricki's like the winner of me versus Wei has to play snaphap now.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh geez.
Okay, when was the last time you guys heard me talk with my mic did a funny?
It's been a couple minutes.
Oh no.
A couple of minutes, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, this might be good opportunity now that we have Prague for me to hop off. I gotta get going. As much as I want to see the match, hopefully I will be able to catch a little bit of the end of this, because this is some crazy stuff we have going on.
Indeed.
And now it just keeps getting harder.
Start the match.
We're in the 70s now.
Anyway, get comfortable, everyone, because this is gonna take a while.
Get your predictions in also. Right now, it's a heavy favorite to Aexus.
Yeah.
All right, well, it was good
Pick
commentating
literally
with
went
you
all in
guys.
on Aexus.
Have a good one, Wolf.
Yeah.
I'm hopping off
Yeah,
now.
that's
I'll
a
see you
lot.
guys.
Current
See ya.
stress level, Aexus out of 10.
Agreed.
Like this is one of those like, yeah, TreXDer. I think snaphap was a known quantity for TreXDer, right? Like he knew what he was going to be up against if he faced snaphap in winners finals, and like there might have been like some level of comfort in that matchup. Aexus is a completely unknown entity to TreXDer. I mean, aside from like the limited data set that we have from this tournament and like leaderboards, like TreXDer has never faced Aexus in a head-to-head. Like he doesn't know what's going to happen here.
Meanwhile, Trex has faced Snap in multiple friendlies and I believe has lost most of them.
Maybe, but he also like won every tournament set that mattered, so.
Yeah, friendlies unfortunately didn't favor Snap here.
You also that sort of situation where like in friendlies, like you like I feel like Trex would play for PBs in friendlies. Like he wouldn't really like if he misses a note, he's like, oh well, this song's gone, like I don't care. Like he's not playing to win it after he misses. And that's sort of like a common practice in scrimmages in like other like competitive events and like in esports and in traditional sports, is if you like start losing the scrimmage, like either like you just wipe, you just forget it because you want to replay the opening, or you're like now you're just like fucking around with strategies. So like let's see what long shot strategies win in a playing from behind scenario. That doesn't exist. The latter doesn't exist in rhythm games because there is no catch-up mechanic, right? Your opponent has to lose in order for you to win from behind. So once you start losing in like a scrimmage scenario, you're basically like, okay, this song's gone. Let me just kind of fuck around. But like, there is no strategy.
Imagine if Spin had like an overdrive or star power mechanic like Guitar Hero. Oh jeez. Cool. The pathing would be crazy. Aexus is down to full combo. Trex maintaining that. Beautiful, beautiful. Your secret's safe in me.
Secret.
We're now just approaching the midpoint of this track, by the way. This is a long one.
Yeah,
Yep.
is that a 7 at the beginning?
Yeah, this is a 7-minute track, yeah.
Bruh. We have a house viewing
Yeah.
in 2 hours.
There's gonna be more of this in the tier 4 map pool, yeah.
And it's a long drive away.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this pattern here, the
Oh,
speeding
yeah.
up match pattern. Oh, both players hit it
got it.
though. Gamer.
That's only hard because there are beats over it. It's so hard just to disconnect the two different halves of that pattern.
Yeah. Oh jeez, this is so nerve-wracking. I feel like saying this is one of the shorter tracks in the map.
Yeah, true. I mean, not by much. Like, I mean,
Still accurate.
it's far from one of the shortest. Like, Excessive Funeral is really short. Night Rider's pretty short. Loon isn't especially long. Rush E isn't long. So, like, only, like, I think less than half of the tires in this are especially long. So this is still one of the longer ones.
Are you still XSXX is like about 4 minutes, right? Or less?
I think so, yeah.
I don't think this is even the longest one. Like, is Through the Fire and Flames the
I
longest
forgot
track?
how long Couple Your Mind is.
I'm not sure if it's DTFF or one of the 23 charts.
Well, in any case, we are now 5 minutes into the track, and
I
it's
think
still on
Looking for
PS2
Underground
disc.
is the longest chart here.
Indeed, it is. Oh,
No.
getting a superb right here.
Just one.
Is that a curse? Like, considering the
and there's
scale
a
of the
miss
song.
from- I missed them both.
Miss from
Yeah,
both the
the
Aexus
chart-
and Trex.
The chart
Okay,
just
well, that
got
was
way
fair.
faster all of a sudden.
It does, yeah. Doesn't it like go into extra tone in the end too? I may
Yeah.
be misremembering.
there's extra tone at some point, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, a fast piano. You love to see it. Ooh,
Oh,
Aexus is getting a string of misses.
Yeah.
Yes, tier 4 map pull indeed. Oh jeez. Oh god. It's
Oh.
heating up.
We're in the home stretch at least.
Oh god. What a banger to start this match off with. When you see it! When you see it!
There's the extra tone.
Oh jeez. Wow! Both players hitting this section just beautifully. Trex getting superb there.
And that's Texas point. By a decent
That is a map win for Trex starting off this match against
holding
the
PSC for
Like,
3/4
yeah.
of this 7-minute long chart.
That's a PB! That's a
think
PB
that's-
for Trex.
I think this is one of those rare situations where Trex wins, but his stress level goes up.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know
Solo,
about
very
you, but, like,
impressive.
I don't know about y'all, but like when I'm full comboing, I say full comboing because I'm referring back to previous rhythm games as well. When I'm full comboing, especially far into a long, difficult track, like my stress levels go like through the roof. It's like all of a
Right.
sudden, like my nose itches, my mouth is dry, like I start like sweating in the back and everything like that. Like, even though I'm doing well, better than I normally
We got
am.
a Snep chart.
Stress
I think this is the
levels
first time Snep has ever gotten the chart in SSSO, right?
I
Yes.
believe so.
About time, honestly.
Snap never edits his tracks for tournament compatibility, so
1, go.
And not my favorite snap chart though, honestly.
I'm gonna be.
Yeah, I think Scratchman would have been a better pick, honestly. But I don't think playtesters would have liked it as much. Not sure.
It's
No, he didn't submit Scratchman, although he should have, honestly. That's a great track.
It's weird. Like, I actually just never play snap charts. Like, and there's a little shade involved in this decision because, like, I never played early snap charts because they were bad. Snap kind of delighted in being painful for players with his charts, and now like snap charts are good, but I'm not good enough to play them. So like, I still don't play snap charts.
I remember It Is the End by Ice Nine Kills.
Yeah, if I wasn't going to remember it, I was reminded of it forcefully when Dirtfurther played it last week.
Oh yeah, that was something.
Yeah, Dirtfurther, by the way, shouts to Dirt. He's played some Spin Rhythm. He's mostly a Guitar Hero Rock Band, Rocksmith streamer, but he does play Spin as well. He came back to This Is the End last week, and because he's a huge fan of Ice Nine Kills, and there are a lot of INK fans in his stream community. And so, like, he was like, I'm gonna play the INK song, and it was so bad. And he, like, knew it was bad, but, like, he got through, like, the intro, and then just, like, got red misted by the 2 beats spam.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Ricki in chat saying that Snap literally retarded Good Rage because people could play it. I mean, I can still play the new Good Rage, to be fair.
Okay, oh, TreXDer now on SFC says.
But I think they have the edge on this one.
Oh, yeah. I think we may have found Aexus's limit.
Ooh!
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
100?
It's a short chart, but still,
120 points?
Yes. So
That's a -1
stress level.
Trex.
Stress level Wario laughing over 10. Or Mario screaming over 10.
Very close. The Trex will take that map. Aexus get to choose the next map.
Ooh. Let's see.
Yes.
Oh, here goes.
Oh! The trump card.
Alright, let me know when you're ready.
Enemy!
Imagine
I really
Dragon.
appreciate all of the Mario
Imagine Dragon's Force.
laughing happening in the comments.
Alright, well, let's see how this one goes. Aexus is very close to getting an NFC on Through the Fire and Flames. They got a miss near the end. It was just a -1 FC. Can you believe that?
I do believe that, and yet I am still incredulous.
Yes.
Yeah, I can believe it.
I can't believe it. Oh, well, they just picked up a miss in the intro. Ripperonis, F's in chat for Aexus here.
Let's see what TreXDer can do. Like, I really do think that we're actually seeing Aexus's limit, at least for now. Like, I do think that, because like that was one of the things that I was saying in the previous match with Snap and Aexus, is I'm really intrigued to see how all 3 of these players do on the Pool 4 songs. And now we are seeing that with Aexus, and now we're kind of seeing the fracture points. We're seeing things start to come apart a little bit. So Aexus is like sort of the same situation as Prague in previous tournaments, where like accuracy got up to a certain point, but the skill ceiling is a little lower here.
I think what happened here is that Aexus, right? They weren't expecting to reach this stage of the tournament so they really only focus on the tier 3 maps. But now, since they're pretty much ensured that they will only be playing on tier 4 maps from this point, they have the full day to practice on tier 4 maps leading up to tomorrow.
So you think this might be a practice issue?
I believe so.
Oh god. Yeah, Australia moment.
Oh yeah, we missed this earlier, but Trex did pick up a miss here.
Yes, TreXDer missed in the so far away, I believe. So far away one, if we're being specific. Yeah, I'm just referring to the
GH3 sections.
yeah. Shoutouts to So Far Away 3, aka the Red Snake. Oh, there's a thought. Did TreXDer put the Red Snake in this song? Probably not.
Red Snake? Probably not.
That'd have been interesting, because like the mechanical differences between this game and Guitar Hero 3, if there was still a Red Snake.
Hey, you know, even in solos, I try to like replicate the like pattern, right? I remember in If You Want Peace, Prepare to Die. Prepare for War, I mean. There's this solo section at the beginning of the solo where it goes like ascending, right? I go from 1-3-5 to match that pattern.
Vibe with it.
Oh, Trex was
by the way-
spinning up on those swaps.
Yeah, I think that Aexus might have the lead. Aexus did have the first miss, but we're approaching a 2,000 note streak for Aexus.
That is true. Power bias isn't exactly working out for Trex on Through the Fire and Flames here.
Maybe Through the Fire and Flames isn't CTM friendly, Kappa.
That would be something.
It's not.
It would be fun if it was, but
It'd be an amazing oversight given that TreXDer is the charter.
I mean, we've seen this before with loose charts, charting sliders that are definitely harder for him, a controller, than for any other playstyle.
Oh yeah. I think this is one of those situations also where like above a certain difficulty threshold or speed threshold is just CTM unfriendly. Like same hat as Rush E. Like Roshi's CTM unfriendly section is all very standard CTM friendly patterns. It's just that they're at 400 beats per minute, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, too fast. Too fast.
Ax has been dragging a lot in this chart, just kind of bleeding points here and there.
I just building up point loss in Superbs here.
Voice and
I've got a great
Superbs
there as
even,
well.
he's thinking quite a few significant mistimings.
Oh, I see. to be
Probably
fair,
more just a
given the
matter of
chart-
not being able to keep up as opposed to misreading the patterns.
Yeah, given the chart, both of these players are doing just incredible.
Yeah, getting speed checked will affect your accuracy. Both for and against. It's really hard to keep a consistent tempo because like the two things that happen are one, you fall behind because you can't quite play fast enough, and then two, you overcompensate, so you go from behind to it in order to like catch up, and then you overcorrect. So I think we're seeing a lot of that out of Aexus. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a lot of early superbs as well, but we are definitely seeing a lot more misperfects. We are also seeing a 3,200 note streak. We're almost at as many notes streak as GH Through the Fire and Flames had notes.
Oh wow.
Some goods
Ax
there,
is
though.
Really dragged on those fills. That's a lot of points lost.
Yeah, one point to keep in mind is that most of the long drum rolls on Through the Fire and Flames here, they start with tap first.
Okay, I'm waiting for it. 3,722, I believe it is the magic number.
Yes, it was, Ricki. I do prefer it that way.
At first? I mean, I guess you start on your right hand, but that also means you can't end on a beat. So.
Aexus now has a longer streak than the entirety of Through the Fire and Flames on GH3.
Dama saying Trex is still leading.
Yeah,
And,
definitely.
yeah.
I mean, Trex has been keeping up the entire time. He hasn't been like falling behind like Aexus has been.
Oh,
Like, you can see Aexus is kind of overwhelmed by some stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, Aexus was losing, but like it was really cool to see the long streak. I was hoping that like we get a moral victory out of Aexus of like the reverse choke full combo.
Surprisingly small though of a difference given the length of the chart, honestly.
700 points, yeah.
Yeah, 600,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It's radioactive.
656 point difference is not that big.
Why did the superb bars glow so much more than everything else?
A frog, radioactive, imagine Dragon
blown.
Force.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go for it.
Alright, Trex will take the map.
All right, so we're 3-0.
Yeah, Aexus also has the big bloom, so
yeah,
to be expected.
I want to see Excessive Funeral be played, but
the funny
know.
number rating.
I mean there are 4 charts with that rating.
Yeah, true.
I mean there are 5 charts in total. One of them isn't here, I think. Yeah, there are 5 charts rated 69 because the rating algorithm deemed them all tied.
Oh geez, time for Are You Still XSXX?
2, 1, go.
This is a tough track. I believe the second hardest.
I've talked about this in the past, but I find it really strange how Chicken like exclusively charts either super chill chiptune music or brutal Camellia music. There's like no in between. In terms of
Hardcore versions.
Yeah, I think this is like the 4th or 5th tournament in a row that like all of Chicken's tournament offerings are last pool Camellia songs. Or like last 2 pools.
Yeah. There was one exception. It was like one of those what was it called? Flower Fang Expert Mix or something?
Well, he's charted a bunch of DDR Kirby. That's the chill chiptune that I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean for tournament play though, I don't think those charts tend to make it into tournaments. I do recall Chicken having some lower difficulty, like 40s difficulty, Camellia songs when we offered more submissions per charter.
Ooh, Trex whiffing a match. Might have whiffed a match or 2 there, actually.
And just to get a missed perfect out of the rifle.
Oh,
the tap out the rifle.
Aexus dragging on that fail of it. Lost a good deal of points today.
I think Aexus would have to bleed a lot of points for Trex to catch up here.
Yeah, I really do think that this set is very illuminating for Aexus' strengths and weaknesses. Like we are seeing Aexus being limit tested here, and yeah, I think that maybe we're getting a more realistic estimation as a result. Aexus is probably not a tournament favorite, but still like definitely like now the top 4 gatekeeper at the very worst.
But Aexus will be playing against Snap on tier 4 when we next see him.
So maybe I think there's a good chance that Snap wins the rematch because we know that Snap has the potential to PFC these 70+ difficulty songs.
Indeed. Whoa! Whoa! Did you see that? The background. Did it just bleed on top of the chart?
Yeah, it's happened before. Did it make Aexus miss? It's this particular height map that causes it to happen the most.
Oh god, it gets explosive. At least they both missed after that. Oh, I think Trex has definitely caught up.
Oh, there's more misses.
Oh,
yep,
yeah.
for sure.
That was a huge set of misses there.
Wow, we're gonna see match point here, I think.
That's another one.
That's
Trex
gonna
is
be
now ahead by
GG's.
close to 1,000 points.
Another miss, a very last minute from Aexus there. That's a rip.
All right, Aexus, back to the wall. What do you do?
Match point.
I'm unbiased here.
Oh, and Aexus gets a gray on that last slide.
That
not
slider
a big
is
expecting it.
definitely
The pause.
exists there.
Spin Master.
Oh wow, yeah, that second half was just absolutely awful for Aexus. That's rough. Yeah.
Possibly as well. All right. So again, I'm a little biased here, but if I was Aexus, I would test TreXDer on Ricki.
Rushy.
Yeah.
Aexus asking, what do you want to play, Trex? Oh.
Aexus is gonna nice guy his way into losers finals, I think.
I can tell you what I don't want to play.
I think we know the answer to that.
E.
Yeah.
We're just snitching on Trex here. Oh, I guess we're playing on Aexus. The snap influencing here.
Good guy Snap. Preventing Trex from having to play Rush E.
Alright, let me know when you're both ready.
Oh, geez. Are we gonna close it
Back
out with
to the
another 7-minute
7+
track here?
Alright, let's start on that in
That's
3,
okay. Believe it or not,
2,
since Trex is sweeping, I still have an hour and a half.
Let's go! Well, Trex's stress level has not changed. From what? Yeah,
He's been adding
more A's.
these, yeah.
I think the lower left text box has paid off for Trex. Well, not really, but you know, maybe it's the cumulative curses, I guess. Curse energy, the mojo. And somehow I took a map off Trex. Yeah.
Trex with his first superb.
Increasingly getting more prouder of my map win.
Yeah, honestly, it's looking like a pretty solid achievement at this point. And remember, you could have been a tiebreaker if it wasn't for the lag.
Yeah,
Like, you really were winning that song up to the last 10 seconds.
it's a rip.
It happens. This could be you, though, against Aexus.
No, against Mapy, I would have been out. Would have been Mapy versus Aexus.
I don't know. You had the same map pool like as Mapy versus TreXDer. Mapy didn't take any songs. Just saying.
You know, at that point, it's all just speculation.
True.
It will never happen.
We'll see what happens in losers bracket. Against snaphap. If you beat Ricki. I mean, let's see.
Yeah. Oh, we're speeding up. Let's go.
I wonder if Trex's stress level will go down after he wins.
Maybe.
You got
A miss. A whiff match from Trex on that color swap. We just went full Psytrance here.
Could use more machine gun style.
Mosquito. Bzz.
Sounds like, I mean, it sounds like hit sounds to me. Oh, true.
Truly a sound.
Amelia made some decisions with this section.
True. When are we getting cicada drums?
Oh man, I just noticed the gears are no longer there for CTM players. So they no longer.
Yeah, they're on the side and visible for every player now. Right.
Dude, Trex was dragging on that bill a bit. Usually it's Aexus who drags on the fast stuff like that.
Track's maintaining a very impressive streak after that miss in the first third of the track. Aexus maintaining that SFC, putting up a very impressive fight, so close to the potential end.
Yeah, this is going to be a very competitive run.
And you know, if Aexus does take this, well, actually picking the falling maps, so we're not going to see Rushy.
Still going to be a very uphill battle. And yeah, we're not going to see Rushy. We did see our first great out of Aexus.
Will it make much of a difference though?
No, it's not going to be enough.
In terms of the portion of the chart he lost, no. Like that one great doesn't really cost him that much of the chart's value, but it depends on how much Trex has missed out on.
You just lost 6 superbs, 7 superbs in a very
Aexus is really having trouble keeping up in this last bit, leading a lot of points.
Oh,
quite enough. I think that's
now it's just really close. It's hard to tell.
We still have like 40 seconds left, but is there more drop sections at this point?
No, it's
that was the hard bit.
Calm outro.
We just got to, which Aexus just FC to. No, It just gets slower and slower towards the end.
Who takes it?
I think it's still Aexus.
Keep your eye on the
Why?
scores.
35.
Oh!
No, is that a 935?
Wow, that's close.
Wait.
No,
Oh my
TreXDer's winning by 40 points.
Yeah, 40 points in a 7.5 minute long chart.
So those two greats,
Typo!
those three greats really did matter in the end.
It did. Wow. GG's.
Aexus, Aexus, well, I got a new best.
New best. But
Yeah,
Trex also got a new
one
best.
miss. It was just a single match, so it didn't really cost him much. But Aexus really struggled to keep up in that
Current
last section.
stress level,
And that cost him.
smileys out of.
It was very close that round. But Trex will take it, and we'll move on to the grand finals.
Wow. GG's. Well played. Even if it looks like a sweep, it certainly wasn't in terms of score, for sure.
GG's. So Aexus, you'll
Very
be
hard fought.
playing in the finals tomorrow.
Sorry, Pick.
Trex,
Your coins
you're
are
playing in the grand finals.
gone.
Gone.
Yeah, so basically over
Disappeared
7
from your
minutes,
wallet.
The difference is 40 points.
My God. What a winner's finals. That that was incredible. Beautiful match from both players there. Aexus seemed to have reached the limit there, but with other factors in mind, Aexus did have somewhat of a deck stacked against them. Fatigue and potential just stayed up overnight. So tough for Aexus here, but I think they still have a chance at the title here. Now that they have a certain spot in losers finals in the tier 4 maps, but with the favorite to make that to that match against Aexus being Snap, it's gonna be tough for sure.
Yeah. So one of the things that Aexus is going to be very happy about is that he won't show up until the 6th match of the losers bracket tomorrow. So if he has the opportunity, he could sleep in.
He could, yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, this is a very hard fought set.
I can't hear Rad.
Oh,
You should be hearing them. Are you hearing them through Discord?
Frog looks like he's about to out a sex offender.
One sec.
Never mind. Lighting's fixed.
No,
Oh.
not quite.
There we go. Now I can hear Rad. I had Rad's volume was turned down for me for some reason. I don't remember doing that. I think it was because I remember why. Because I turned my system volume up so I could hear the stream, but I turned everybody else down first, and I guess Rad's the only one I forgot to turn back up.
I see how it
Rip.
is.
Destroyed.
And I
In shambles.
Snapped.
But
So-
yeah, let's go ahead and maybe take a look at the bracket to make some predictions on what will happen tomorrow. So it seems like for round 1, we're gonna have me versus Ricki. The winner of that will go against Snap. Then we have Konomi versus Pick. The winner of that match will go against Mapy. And the winner of those 2 matches will go on to semifinals and losers bracket. And then the winner of that will go against Aexus. Gonna be really interesting to see how that turns out.
This is very interesting. I think that the top half of this losers bracket is actually kind of really fucking stacked. Like, I
you
think
believe so?
that. Yeah, I think that either you or Ricki would have a better odds of advancing through the losers bracket than Konomi and Pick. And I also think that just in the head-to-head, assuming everything goes as predicted, I think Snap has the advantage against Mapy.
Heading into semifinal.
Yeah. So I think that that is a very top favored losers bracket, but also every one of these players is actually like cracked out of their minds. I could see Konomi pop off. I could definitely see Pick pop off. Pick has been a top 3 player in these tournaments in the past. I wouldn't be surprised if they managed to do it again.
Interviews. We have like 20 minutes left. Sure, jump in. Gonna send them the link to the video ninja, I guess. Where is it again? Gonna go right click that. Send that to, I guess, Trex. There we go. So I guess we'll have Trex jump in. Did Aexus hop out? Oh, Aexus can't. All right, understood. Well, we had Trex in, at least.
Do I have to join OBS Ninja?
Actually, no, you should be audible since we're using Discord audio.
Okay, because like, I wouldn't use a webcam right now anyways, because I'm way too
Way too stressed?
way too exhausted.
That's fair.
Ah.
That's fair. Hey, I somehow took a map off Trex who did 5-0 against Aexus in Winter Finals.
Yeah, I guess, but like, especially like the last one was super close and wow. And I literally only won probably most of them because of accuracy. I think if you would only look at the misses, it would probably not be like 5-0 right now.
Well, yeah, but that's also why you don't only look at the misses.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, but you know.
Aexus was really bleeding points just through inaccuracies overall throughout the chart. So that's what gave you the edge in that matchup.
Yeah.
So,
That's quite-
Trex, what would
Yeah?
it do to your stress levels if I told you that in the winner's quarters, you were actually losing the map that Wei lag spiked on until the last 10 seconds of the song?
Yeah, Wei already told me. It's actually,
okay.
if you just look at the points, like 1-3 against Wei, 1-4 against Mapy, and now 5-0 against Aexus. Actually, my match against Wei was technically the closest. And knowing that it would probably have gone to a tiebreaker if Wei would have gotten this one round, that's scary. That's very scary.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta
We
be
wouldn't have
honest.
gone this matchup at all, potentially.
I gotta be honest. Like, I was kind of lucky today as well. Like, map pulls were good, and like, it's probably not a mystery that Snap on tier 4 chart is probably way more practiced than Aexus was. I don't know about Aexus, but I don't believe that he was like thinking, okay, I will defeat Snap, or like I have a good chance at defeating Snap in tier 3 maps, and then I'm just gonna practice tier 4 charts. I feel like if Aexus would have practiced them more, it could have gone way different.
Possible.
That's exactly the same point I brought up when we were watching you two face off on some of these tier 4 maps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
So, Trex, how are you feeling heading into tomorrow's stream, huh?
I mean, obviously, I'm happy right now, but I'm scared that the same thing is gonna happen what happened against Nick. Because if Snap gets through the loser bracket, which is very likely, then obviously I have a big advantage. I only have to win one set, but still Snap is like above me on, I believe, every tier 4 map, literally, on the leaderboard at least. So it's definitely not over yet.
We could see another bracket reset.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
I have to
That would
try
be something.
everything. I have to try everything I can to prevent that from happening.
Indeed.
So my long shot prediction actually did not come through because you all did not play Hell Raiders.
It didn't even come up. I didn't have
not
any
come up.
chance to.
Yeah. Wei would have
And now
totally
it-
picked it.
And now it
yeah.
can't come up in the rematch because if Wei manages to run up losers bracket, you guys will face off on tier 4 tracks.
Yep.
That would be cool.
So life
That would be
sucks.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, my
don't think I'll be
prediction
getting
got snapped by
past
RNG.
Nah.
Yeah, so Trix, how do you feel about these loser bracket matches? What do you think's gonna happen?
Oh, can I watch Gav's stream and see like the bracket? Is that? Yeah, I guess I can do that.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah, Wei against Ricki is probably the one I'm looking most forward to. Like, I feel like they are like basically the same skill level. Like, that's gonna be incredible close. Konomi versus Pig, it's also gonna be interesting. I feel like Pig probably has the edge, but we could see an upset there. And yeah, everything after this is gonna be really tough. Like, playing against Snap, playing against Mapy is, I mean, at least against Mapy, I experienced it today. Literally, like, all maps were like, I think in between 200, 300 point range. So Mapy is also really consistent, has also pretty good accuracy, and yeah, Snap is Snap. So, by the way, does Snap has to play in tier 4 charts in this first match tomorrow?
Tier 3.
Okay. That could maybe change some stuff, because obviously a miss in tier 3 charts are way more consequential for Snap than in tier 4 charts, which we just saw today.
Yeah.
So that could maybe change some things up, but I feel like if Snap wins his first match tomorrow, he has really, really good chances at winning the loser bracket.
Yeah, because if he gets past that quarterfinals match, on every match onwards for Snap will be on tier 4.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who I'm playing against tomorrow. I'm scared, definitely.
Yeah, either Aexus or Snap, those are the favorites to make it through losers finals here, and
Yeah.
either of them seem very, very intimidating.
I can't wait to watch the VOD after this, man. There were so many cool moments today. And
That's gonna
like,
be great.
I know, Snap mentioned that he was really unlucky with his pool, but like, this match between Snap and Aexus was incredible. Like, Aexus, I think, only went to FC pace once on Goddamn I'm Dead Again, and I think he finished every other chart in that match against Snap as in an SFC pace. And that is like, having this kind of consistency is probably like better than everyone else's. Like, yeah, I missed as well. Like, you just look at the match against Wei, I missed a couple of times, and against Mapy, and obviously in the tier 4 charts as well. And Aexus is just way more consistent on those tier 3 maps. So that was really impressive to see today. Like, I feel like in this SSSO we really start seeing the different skill sets people have. Like, we see that Snap is just absolutely good at everything, but for him it's just a big struggle if he does end up missing in the tier 3 chart. Aexus is just very consistent. I guess I'm some kind of all-rounder. I'm not crazy at anything, but I'm also like decent at everything. Like, I'm getting a couple of misses here and then, but I also have really good accuracy. So I feel like I'm pretty balanced. About that. And Mapy is also like pretty close to like how I play. I think like Mapy is also pretty consistent. Maybe a bit more consistent than me. But also has like probably like getting a few more supports than me, like in average a run. So this is so close, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, Trex, somehow you're maintaining such a level of dominance and still playing on what a CTM 1 button, a playstyle that most people don't really practice anymore, which is still just amazing to me.
Yeah, especially like, I mean, I was kind of lucky. I don't know what would have happened on Rush E. I was pretty like, I have to say, when I was playing against you, Wei, I probably felt more stressed than against Mapy and Aexus like together. Like, I was really stressed when I was playing against the tournament. Nerfs really also like got to me. Mapy was a bit better, especially when I had just like started like getting in the lead a bit. And against Aexus, I was actually like really chill. Like, I didn't really feel this pressure anymore, which probably helped me playing a bit more consistent. Like I'm probably like, for example, I'm really proud of my Through the Fire and Flames run. I got like 2 sections where I missed like basically twice, right, like where I got 2 misses right next to each other twice, and the rest was just pretty clean. So yeah, that really helped me, and I feel like if I end up playing against Snap tomorrow, my nerves are going back again. Like that's gonna be stressful.
Yeah, I think what helped me was that it was your first match in the elite bracket. So I think neither you or I were super warmed up at that point. So that kind of like worked to my favor in some maps somehow.
Yeah, but like I have to say, you played really well today. It's like, what, I don't remember which was it. It was like one chart which we played, which I won by a pretty small margin, and
Mebius?
Yeah, exactly. It would have been a tie, I think, if you wouldn't have missed, right? You got
I missed
there as well.
Yeah, we would have tied. It was like a compound miss, which was caused by a misspin, an underspin.
Oh, that would have been exciting. But yeah, like you see, like you would have won Mebius maybe if I would have missed, because often if you miss, you already get a mistiming. Or like maybe I missed like multiple match notes, and you know, like it could have easily been your round. And if you wouldn't have get the leg spike like right at the end of Labyrinth, it would have been over for me, you know. And like I was also pretty lucky today, like as I already mentioned with the map pool and stuff. And yeah, there's nothing more to say really. I'm looking forward for tomorrow, and I'm happy that I only have to care about practicing T4 shots now.
I think I'm good with sticking to tier 3 at this pace.
Yeah, that's very fair. Tier 4 shots are really exhausting, especially the length. We only had 5 matches today on tier 4, or like 5 rounds. But if just like hypothetically, if I play against Snap tomorrow and he does end up getting the first win and we get a bracket reset, like that's gonna take long. That's gonna take long.
It's gonna take a long time, yeah. If we do go to bracket reset, it's gonna be a longer match than the challenger bracket reset, just given the chart length overall in tier 4.
Except if Snap just 5-0s me twice, which could happen. But yeah, otherwise there's a pretty high chance because of the length of the maps, yeah. And then there's Rush E, which is like not even 3 minutes.
Yeah, and not exactly the best pick for you.
Shh, don't tell that. Don't say that.
Nope.
It's my favorite pick.
Yeah.
Excessive Funeral and Rush E are my favorite charts. I'm very good at them. I PFC them every time. Do not dare picking them against me.
True.
Yeah. I mean, TreXDer grinded it a lot, so like it won't turn out super great for you if you pick it against him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and another thing that was really funny was just me getting another PFC on Stars and Darkness. I was not expecting this. Like, I don't know, I guess Half-Light's The Zenith Rise, or I don't know how to pronounce it. I hope it was decent. But like the charts from this album, I don't know if people pick them against me. I'm just, wow. That was really unexpected that I PFC'd this twice. Like I've not PFC'd it at all outside the two SSSO streams.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right, yeah, I'm definitely exhausted.
Yeah. Honestly, great games played. This is an awesome stream. Just watching these players do absolutely great on tier 3 and tier 4 maps. Just some of the hardest stuff we have available. And yeah, just exciting conclusions and very close maps between just, you know, the top players here. Just impressive stuff. But I think we can definitely call this the conclusion of this stream here. We are now officially getting hyped for tomorrow, the very last SSSO stream for summer 2022. And yeah.
I want to say it again. It's not over yet. Not at all. Like
No.
this can be really, really intense tomorrow. So be there.
Indeed, it's gonna be very interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
Especially given just how close these matches were, especially in the soft finals.
Yeah.
Now, do we have someone we can raid? Has someone suggested a raid target? Because unfortunately, there is no one streaming the Steam game other than us on Twitch.
A suggested target.
Let's see. Oh, Fallen. I checked on Fallen's stream. He literally just ended it.
We have
I know
Drogon.
he's,
We have
I know
Drogon
he's
streaming.
going to be commentating like I think it's like a neon white race soon, something like that. I don't know where the. A marathon, a neon white marathon.
So-
Brad suggesting Wings of a Meme, huh?
Wings of a Meme is a longtime friend of mine. We are #Autism Gang. And he's doing his 3-year affiliate anniversary by playing the Guitar Hero 3 Endless Set List. So if y'all want to hear Through the Fire and Flames again,
Yeah.
that'll be at the end of that set list. So I say we stop and say hello to him.
Honestly, yeah, given the anniversary, that sounds like a good idea. Hey, we can convince him to play Spin on a future stream.
Perhaps.
Mayhaps. Alright, well, we'll be heading over to Wings of a Meme then. And of course, before we close the stream off, we gotta do the traditional Boost Spin. You guys ready?
Always.
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1. And for good measure,
It's never getting old.
it never gets old. Thank you guys so much for watching this stream. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at the same time for some really exciting matches and the accelerated conclusion of the summer 2022 Spin Share Spin Open. See you next time. Yes, you can.